Access Radio. WIAX. The future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Janelle, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life.
And ratchet,
and real extra ratchet, raunchy.
Let it be everywhere, like.
What we got coming up? Other shops is upstairs, so we out here by also, man. This nigga got hit to walk off the set. We leave that up to Vito.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio. Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
Trips that you plan for the next whole week. Paying too long for me, so cheap. And your flex OD, your sex OD. You got it, girl, you got it.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, New York City? You know what it is. It's the big Rich Ruler show. You know what it is. DJ RM, Big Al on the boards. You know what I'm saying? Happy Saturday. You know what it is. Let's go. We got special guests in the building. You know who it is. Let's go.
You got it, girl, you got it. You ain't never want me to know it. I'm silent, boy, I'm silent.
Tell me why you out here messing with these babes. They ain't bringing nothing to the table. You and me was meant to be. I know you say so. Baby, you know you got it, baby, got it. Ooh, got it, baby, got it. Ooh,
I don't wanna play no games. Go around, get you my last name. You know you tired of the same damn thing. That's okay, cause baby, you
shake it, got it. Shake it.
You got it, girl, you got it.
Head, shoulders. Shake it, baby. Help!
Head, shoulders.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
Head, shoulders, knees, focus. Head, shoulders, knees, focus. Yeah, head, shoulders, yeah, knees, head, on, yeah. Shoulders, yeah, knees, focus. Yeah, head, shoulders, knees, focus. Head, shoulders, knees, focus. Yeah, head, shoulders, yeah, knees, head, on, yeah. Shoulders, yeah, knees, focus. Yeah, head, shoulders, knees, focus, head, shoulders, knees, focus, yeah, head, yeah, shoulders, yeah, knees, yeah, going, yeah, shoulders, yeah, knees, yeah, focus, yeah, head, shoulders, knees, focus, head, shoulders, knees, focus, yeah, head, yeah, shoulders, yeah, knees, yeah, going, yeah, shoulders, yeah, knees, yeah, focus, yeah, head, shoulders, knees, focus, head, shoulders, knees, focus, yeah, head, yeah, shoulders, yeah, knees, yeah, going, yeah, shoulders, yeah, knees, yeah, focus, yeah. Yeah, shorty got ass, she just gotta tell me talk. Yeah, start tenders, run it up. Let's get into it. Watch it, bitch. Yeah. Ain't fucking with no old friend, bitch. Ooh, don't think these niggas understand me. Ooh, she let me touch it in Miami. Ooh, I'm feeling like I'm Bigger Valley. Yeah. I see it and no. You just like a man that's too bad. Ooh, pull up in the phone like skirt. All up in your feelings, they say so hurt. LA, I can change, now it's time to run it out. And the gang got it too, so you know they wanna fuss. Shorty got ass, you just gotta tell me talk. Yeah, starting.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? We here, iAccess Radio. And every once in a while, I throw a little special guest in here. This show before me, once again, when Al came up with this, he told me about them, and I know the guys. So it was like, okay, let me see what they got. I love their show. I always try to come in and catch the end of it so I can see what they're talking about so I can go into my show. And this is what happened today. The fellas was getting real deep, so I asked them to spend at least a half an hour with me. And we're going to talk about a couple of things real quick. I don't want to, overdo it with the fellas. They might have other things to do. But let's go 2 or 3 quick topics. And then, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to you.
Thank you, man.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
You, man.
I'm sorry that I'm sorry to say happy birthday in one breath.
I know, man.
And then kill you in the next breath. But this is what's going to happen, bro.
No, it's all right. I'm worried about myself on this.
First of all, introduce them as your guest, bro.
Can I do this? This is the Big Rich the Ruler show. So let me do the show my way.
How you gonna start the show without introducing your guest, man? What's the deal?
Yo, Al, do me a favor. Move the water from the corner. Put your man in the corner. Let him turn for 5 minutes. He's on punishment.
Yeah.
Sit him in the corner for 5 minutes. He's on punishment. Time out. Fellas, I want y'all to introduce yourselves one by one, the name of your show, and let's get it popping. Let's start from my left.
Yes, sir. I go by Manny. IG handle Manny Laverne. We do New World Old Views. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's Big Vern, social media, Laverne the GOAT, New World Old Views, man. Yes,
now, when you say Laverne the GOAT, the GOAT means great, Okay, I just want to make sure you know.
In his mind, it means greatest of all time.
Oh, my God. We're going to talk about that in a minute, too, my homie. Okay, because me and you got a lot to talk about. Introduce yourself.
Yes, sir, man. I'm A-Pop, man, for New World Old Views, Instagram, the Illosopher, THE_Illosopher, ILLOSOPHER.
Okay, before you introduce yourself, partner, I just want to say, me and Al was talking about you this week. Me and Al definitely had a conversation. I said, yo, that man, he gets so deep and be so serious into his conversations. Like, you really be like, you got to deal with these two right here. I know it's a problem.
Lord knows,
but you get real deep. Introduce yourself, fam.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Davul Wali, in association with Planet Sandbox Radio. Y'all can find me on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
New Wave Media on YouTube. Planet Sandbox Radio is also on Anchor.com. Davul Wali, Reverb Nation. Glad to be here.
All right.
New World Old Views. You know what I'm saying? Just pull it out like that.
My way.
Like your way.
All right, fellas. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about real quick. I know you're not going to be here too long, but that young lady basketball player, for them to move her,
Grinding, yeah.
When I heard this week and I was, doing a little research on it, like you said, they moved this young lady to where now her legal team can't get next to her.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of statement are they making out there? Are they really saying to us, y'all ain't gonna really do nothing? Like what kind of statement? When I heard this, I said, wow, like something has to be done. And like you said, the other young lady was only in jail for a couple of weeks. Come on, what are we doing here? Like, what kind of statement are they sending the United States? What are they telling us? What are they telling us? Let's start from you.
We mentioned on the last show, man. This is two things. I think one is a disdain for Americans, and two is it's exacerbated because she's a Black American, right? They want to make a statement. Like I said, outside of the U.S., there's a disdain for Americans. Where obviously there's already been animosity between Russia and America, and they're just using her as a scapegoat, as an example. And then like I said, you add on the fact that she's a Black woman in Europe. They're really gonna make her an example, and it's ridiculous. We know what this is about. This isn't because she caught weed. They want to give a statement to America to show this is what we could do.
Okay, Al?
Yeah, if you think about it, America respects people that have nations behind them, and where there's practice, where there's communities. If you touch a Chinese, China's coming after you. If you touch an Indian, mistreat an Indian, India's coming after you. Black people in America, we don't have no nation, we don't have no identity. We don't practice no group economics that can put fear in people of power when they mistreat us. There's no nation right now that's coming up, that's stepping up on the behalf of Brittany Griner, speaking up for her. Again, like I said, we don't have no politicians speaking up for us because we don't fund no politicians. We don't have no nation speaking up for us. It's all political, but it's all power based. Like I said, if America mistreats the Chinese, China is coming after you. And there's benefits from dealing with these countries economically. America don't want to cut those ties, so they respect Chinese. They have fear of that. They respect Indians. We don't have that, so you could just mistreat Black people, and there's no repercussions for it.
Yes, sir. I agree wholeheartedly. I think it's basically collateral damage. I think they, like you said, to send a message, but they're trying to hold her over, I guess, to get certain things that they want. Remember, they were trying to do a trade a while back to get someone that was locked up on our soil. So I think that's what it's mainly about, because like you said, if they let the lady go within 2 weeks, what's going on? What's the underlying issue about something as minute as this? So I think it's collateral damage, and she's a well-known, prominent star in the WNBA, so they're gonna use that as collateral damage, in my opinion.
Kind of two things, OG. I think it kind of like when you say it sends a message, you're definitely sending a message. As far as like, we was just speaking on the whole election term and the voting process, and do we actually still believe that the litigants actually are for the benefit of the people? Do you believe in the voting process? And I think your boy Putin just basically, you could lie to your peoples, you could lie to your family and friends, but that mirror is cold. So it's a lot of people who really buy into the political process and believe that, even though like some of their brothers are saying that Black and brown melanated people are mistreated in the U.S., they believe their money, their capitalism, and who they associated with can save them. But I think Putin basically sent a message that none of the leaders over there that you guys pay taxes to or constantly bow down and acquiesce to is going to come save your ass once you start stepping past that soil. You know what I mean? So, it's on us. Like you said, what are we going to do about it? Like,
now,
if we can.
Now, it's funny because me and Sis, we always talk about this all the time, and people laugh at me about this. When you say like cruises and going to visiting other countries and stuff like that.
Right.
And I always say that I would never get off the boat. Like, I don't get off the boat. People laugh at me about that.
I don't blame you.
But you can't say that I wasn't there. I've been there. But I'm not getting off that boat because once you're off that boat, like you said, you're under
their jurisdiction.
That's right. You're under their jurisdiction. And they can say that you did something wrong and you didn't do it, and that boat leaves you and you don't. So people laugh at me all the time. Why you never get off the boat when you go on a cruise and stuff like that? I'm just not comfortable with that. And this is one of the things. This is one of the reasons why it shows where you can be someplace, you get off the boat, and they can say you did something, and you're done. So once again, I'm not good with that. Okay, let's switch topics over to the Migos, man. Let's say rest in peace.
The takeoff.
The takeoff, man.
Shout out
I-
to
I
Georgia,
mean,
man.
most
Always
definitely.
Georgia, man. Shout
Right.
out
We here to celebrate his life, man.
Yeah.
You know, like he's left an impact. He's left a mark on the world, you know, or those that support him and people that were fans of his.
Okay. Me, myself, I don't like to get into stuff like that too deep, so I'm gonna leave this up to y'all. What is your real thoughts about what happened? I mean, I'll start from you. I mean, once again, when I say I don't like to give mine, because you get so mixed up in stuff like this. You see little videos and you see the guy shoot him, he steps over him. You hear so many different names. You hear gangster names, you hear people's names. You go into somebody's town, you gotta check in, you gotta check out. So, I mean, what are y'all thoughts about what happened to this young man? And is it just the music industry that has happened? Because honestly, God, truth, if you think about this, a rock band comes in and goes into to LA. They don't have to check in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they don't have to check in. Why is it that when you're a black man or you're a rapper or something like that, now you got to check in now? So let's start from the left once again. What are your opinions on it?
I think this goes back to the divide we have with black people and just the culture that we celebrate. Black people are their toughest with each other. We don't act like that with other people. We're so quick to be violent and shoot and kill and stab each other. But George Zimmerman's walking around scot free. Ain't nobody touched him yet. And he's a free man. But we quick to shoot each other over a dice game. You know that. Regardless of what disagreement was going on, there was no reason for a gun to even be pulled out in that kind of situation. But we so quick in that culture that, like, if you look at just the whole thing, we only like that with each other. We don't act like that with nobody else. So how gangster can you really be if you're only good at killing your own people?
Okay, Al?
Yeah, building off that, it doesn't make any sense. Again, like you said, George Zimmerman's still walking around. Black people, we glorify degeneracy in our community. Like we glorify. I think like we the only community that glorifies music that talks about killing us, and you know, sexually exploiting our women, and you know, promoting destruction. Like I said, degeneracy in our community. We're the only ones that celebrate music like that and glorify it and promote it. We brag about killing each other. But we're not like that with no legislators, no politicians. The one that's really screwing us over with laws and things of that nature that's being implemented, we don't have that energy for them. Like you said, you know, we'll kill a fellow black man in a heartbeat. But you won't go after no politician that's passing laws that's oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? You won't go after the ones that's really sitting at the table and using their influence to affect us negatively. We don't have that energy for them.
Yes. We take advantage of our own people because we know the ramifications and the power that any other culture has, that they have. So therefore, it's easier to bang on the people that are next to you and that look like you, as opposed to if something else happens, if we bang on the other people, we're probably being locked up, we're probably being persecuted. So I think that's a major issue. Like you said, sometimes we need conflict resolution besides pulling the gun out and stuff like that. Now I heard, you know, probably physicality started with a punch being thrown, but I still think that there could have been some sort of form of conflict resolution. And as far as what you were saying about checking in, everything costs. You know what I mean? Everybody got taxes to pay in some sort of form. But
Here you go with this come on, bro.
Listen, man, it is what it is, man. But here's what I will say. I am not a fan, just like you said, a rock person come in, they don't have to pay anything. But what I will say is, let's say if someone says, hey, listen, would you like our protection tonight or whatever, and you say, no, I'm good, thank you, I'm not, you shouldn't take it upon yourself to go and seek them out to send a message to say you should have gotten our
but it's
protection.
not even about you creating a scenario about the whole providing protection. We're simply talking about, like Rich stated, when white rock bands go to different states and things of that nature, they don't have to check in.
Right, but that
whole mentality was having to check in for what?
No, when you said
For
check in,
what?
that's what protection is. When you checking in, you're giving a certain
I
understanding.
don't need your protection. I'm just checking. I'm
agree with that.
performing in a particular state.
I
Why
agree
do
with
I
that.
have to check in with you?
I agree.
Again, black people, we're so combative with each other. We don't say that to no Jewish man that comes in that just passed the law that's fucking us over.
You
We
won't
don't
get an
come and
argument
ask them
from
to
me
check
with
in
that.
if they come into our state or our city. We don't do that.
Right.
We
You
only
won't
got
get
that energy for each
You
other.
won't get an argument from me, but everything.
And they got nothing to do with coach. That's mindset, bro. That's how you think. That's mindset.
I'm not disagreeing.
Other
with
groups
that.
don't do
They
that.
pay- they
We
want you-
only do that. And we come on.
Exactly. They want you to pay for that. They want you to pay
Come
for the
on, man.
protection. I agree with you. I told you I agree.
It's the generosity that's promoted in our community, and we exemplify
Because we know that we
in
can
our
get away
behavior,
with
bro.
it. We know that we can get away with it, which is sad.
Big Rich, I want to kind of come at this from a different angle, man. And brother, man, I'm sure you could kind of see where I'm coming from with this. I'm gonna come at this from the perspective of an artist, right? As an artist, right? You know, we the ones that move the crowd, right? We the party, we the ones that we the party people. We the life of the party, man. We the battery, we the engine, we the drum. Like when it comes to that, right? So at times when it comes to celebrity, there is a sort of feeling when it comes to the people and the fans that they kind of almost own you because they have a responsibility. They're responsible in part for your success and making you popular. So once these lines get blurred, you know what I mean, depending on how you interact with somebody, it may be a wrong day, the wrong weird energy gets exchanged, you could end up offending somebody. You know what I mean? That it really wasn't meant to be like that, and it go afoul. But I'm gonna just say this as artists, man. Once we get up, or anybody who becomes economically savvy, once we get up, I know there's parts of us that like to still go back to the old neighborhood with the homies, or be in situations where the wolves may be out. But ain't no reason a millionaire is supposed to be in a dice game with a bunch of civilians,
Absolutely.
brother, man.
Right.
Because no matter how you do it, win, lose, or draw, and I'm not blaming nobody, no matter how you do it, win, lose, or draw, you think 100% of the people at that dice game is for you, all it takes is one. You know what I'm saying? To be against you. And in this case, sadly, the one actually had the weapon. You know what I'm saying? It took the brother man's life. So I just would like to see us come together for more than just rap and basketball, you know what I mean, and care about each other's life a little bit more, man.
You know, that's deep, like when you said that, when I tell people all the time, when you get of a certain status, no matter who you are, you just can't do stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Why would you be at a dice game? Well, I'm not doing that. I don't care how much the people say, yo, you done got better than us on that.
Rich, most of them people in that dice game ain't never seen the type of money them boys ever seen and won't never see it in their life.
If it's a dice game, it's going to be at my house while I'm controlling the access.
Or
like
with
that.
your peers.
With your peers,
people
right.
who the money ain't worth taking nobody's life out here because they're in the same economic position as you. But you out there with the mob. Literally, right?
It was an industry
mob.
event.
So I mean,
and they went to the industry event first. Yeah, allegedly. They went to the industry event first. And then that's probably what came of it out afterwards, outside of it. So maybe some of those people, like you said, had some of that economic, had some of the same resources, maybe not. Like you said, it's
got millions
a lot of times
dollars.
it's the entourage. A lot of times
listen,
it's the
that's just
entourage. It's the
you got
hangers on.
millions of dollars, right?
Yeah, you're not
and you
doing
in a
that,
situation
right.
to where you move in gang like that.
You don't need to be
proper
around
security.
that.
You need organized security that's trained. Because I guarantee you had one of those official cats who would have pulled that thing out as soon as somebody jumped in your face. You know what I mean? But you have the homeboy with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't be unprofessional with our lives. And in some
There's
cases,
no
that
way.
means environment.
There's
We
no
gotta
way
watch where
like
we chill.
Jay-Z or 50 or Puppy would be at a dice game with the homies without, like you said, having one of them real security guards.
Official.
Right.
Especially out in Houston, where everybody got a gun out there.
Yeah, that's an
Everybody
open carry
strapped out
state
there.
right there, Texas. Open
Everybody
carry.
in the state of Texas, like, is carrying. Everybody. If you 18 years old or older and no criminal record, you can carry. Everybody got a gun in Texas.
That's just like in North Carolina. when I'm at my house in North Carolina, I go to Walmart and all that, and you see all the down there, my population's in
all of
there.
that, right?
Everybody walk around with
Everybody
guns,
got their gun,
but because I have a job in New York, I got to keep my New York City license. I couldn't get over. But everybody walk around with a gun. Like, you say something wrong to somebody if you want to, and it's like, that's crazy. Switching over to the last topic that we're going to talk about, Kyrie. Real quick, let's talk about Kyrie. Now, it's hard for me to I had played a game up here a couple of weeks ago, and like I said, we grew up with his father. So I know Kyrie pretty well because I grew up with his father. I've seen Kyrie grow up.
Yeah.
It really hurts me right now to see what's going on with Kyrie. In two different ways. The first way is you should know better to say things when these people are already on you. You done did so much since you done been in the NBA that they're on you. It's sometimes where you got to just say, let me just fall back. And for you to, I didn't think what he did was wrong. You get the freedom of speech. You said what you said, but they're already on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would you do something that make these people come after you even more? Now, I heard that Nike 2 days ago released his contract, but it wasn't about this that they released it. They was already on him to release the contract from before. This was like, I guess, the icing on the cake. But when you lose millions and millions of dollars like that, somebody at some point should have said to them, all right, Kyrie, that's enough. Slow down on what you're saying, on what you're doing, because once again, it might not be about the money to him, but you're hurting future young ball players that's coming up and they're watching you and they're looking at you like, you're my superstar, you're my hero. So now what you're gonna do, because now the NBA is on him. And if you're my hero and you're doing this, all you're doing is showing me that once again they can control you, and this is what they're doing. They're controlling him right now. They gave him. That's like if you're in school, the principal says, "Okay, you got 6 things to do before you can go back to class," and that's what they did to him. He has to abide by 6 things before he gets back into the NBA. Now, once again, him being a superstar, because everybody, if you'd have been a regular ball player, this wouldn't be no problem. But you're somebody who sells, people come to see you. You sell out arenas. People want to see you. People wear your sneakers. People want to be like you. There's a certain point where somebody should have pulled this man to the side and said something to him. Do you agree? Al, I'm going to start with you first on now. Do you agree with that, Al? So somebody should have pulled him to the side before all this went down and said something to him, or just let him do his freedom of speech and it is what it is?
Well, again, when you're at that level, you should always have some advisors that are with you constantly, or a PR person. So before you say anything, you want to know whether it's good for the brand or not good for the brand. Okay, is it going to hurt my career, or is there going to be backlash? So again, you got all these yes people going around, all these brothers that's making all this money now, but they're not helping them.
So as 4 positive black men right here, I want to know, would you have kept on with your freedom of speech, or if somebody would have came to you and said, all right, slow that down, would you have slowed it down? I'm going to start with you from my left.
Well, really, I guess the real question is, do you keep playing that game, or are you allowed to say what you want to say? Because at the end of the day, I don't think he did anything wrong.
No, I didn't think he did anything wrong.
No, it's hard to say, because obviously, he could keep his head down, but then again, on the flip side, I feel like that's just, like I said, that's athletes just playing to the game. Like, we don't. Other than what's going on with Kyrie, I haven't seen anybody like an athlete in the modern day do something like with Ali, who was willing to go to jail to stand on what he believed in. Right now, Kyrie, he could have kept it safe, but I feel like I not want to say I like what happened, but I think this happening directly after what happened with Kanye allow some black people to kind of go like, wait, maybe some people who wasn't really rocking with Kanye kind of felt like this kind of gave a little bit of validity to what he's saying. Because if you looked on what was going on social media, a lot of black people were like, yo, maybe what Kanye was saying was true, because this kid didn't do anything, and now they're blackballing him. So I think you could look at it 2 ways. He should have kept his mouth shut, but I think him doing that has now kind of shed a light onto what's really on how athletes really just got to shut up and dribble.
Talk to me, Al.
Yeah. That's what Kanye didn't do nothing wrong. Him sharing that, all he did was tweet something. That's it. He didn't advocate for it. He didn't promote it. He simply tweeted. He's searching, and he has the right to do that. He didn't promote anything. And when they came at him, he said the reason why he was such attacked, his attack on his name was so visceral in the media, was simply because the information, they don't want people of color to wake up. Again, anti-Semitic has nothing to do with white people at all. The definition of Semitic refers to the subgroups of the Afro-Asiatic communities that speak the language of Akkadian, Phoenician, and Assyrian, things like that. That's black people, Afro-Asiatic. It has nothing to do with white people. They throw that anti-Semitism at you when you approach them and call them out on their bullshit, or you being anti-Semitic. When you say Jewish people control Hollywood, control the entertainment industry, oh, you being anti-Semitic. But you do. You already could have snatched away Kyrie's millions. Kanye lost $2 billion in a matter of days. Banks was cutting him off and things of that nature. So you're proving the point of what he said. Well, when they say, Jewish people control everything, it's not being anti-Semitic. They came at Kyrie simply because sharing something like that is providing information and enlightenment, especially to people of color. And they don't want that. He's a black man, like you said, he's one of the top players in the league, he's a superstar, he has a platform, and he's very influential. So they don't want that. They don't want black men that are athletes and entertainers to use their platform that's beneficial, that sparks an enlightenment in the people, where they become inquisitive and they ask questions and learn things. They don't want that. Stay quiet, and like he said, shut up and dribble and play basketball. Don't speak on political things.
Who are you being a hero to if you can't be true to yourself? And that's the question. So Kyrie, he, like you said, he's always been who he is. The reason why the backlash, in my mind, became what it was is because it was at the height of the Kanye situation. So now they're trying to get two birds out with one stone in their mind. So no, you can buy my sneakers, you can do all of that, but am I truly a hero? Because when my time is over at the NBA, how much of a mark did I really leave? How much of an impact did I really leave? Not that you have to. If you're not socially politically aware to some degree, you don't have to say a word. That's not your jurisdiction necessarily. But if you're somebody that speaks on what you speak on, and he's a philanthropist, he donates money to the WNBA, to other causes, and stuff like that. So he's going to speak his mind. He's going to say what he's going to. And let me give a shout out because he and his godfather, Rod Strickland, been having a tournament not too far from where I live for a few years. So let me give him a shout out for that. But also what you said about school, yes, it was a 6-step program that made other people open their eyes. That's when the analysts like Shaq started switching their tone. But what I will say, like what you said about school, it goes back to the people that defied standing up and pledging allegiance to the flag. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I didn't know anything, but they can utilize certain rules and do that. But you have the right to say, well, no, I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to either take this to court or whatever have you. So at the end of the day, man, if you want to stand firm on your beliefs to leave an impact and leave a message, now you might have more future NBA stars and future celebrities saying, listen, this is what I'm going to do because I believe that this is correct. This is what we should do.
Okay.
OG, pardon me, man. See, I'm a little disappointed in part by some of your response, and I'm gonna tell you why. But first of all, I want to say peace and blessings, you know what I mean, to the brother man and his family, you know what I mean, you in association with, you know what I mean, and I just want to give a shout out to them for the inspiration, you know what I mean, for keeping the conversation going and for choosing culture over economics when we constantly have set a pattern of choosing economics and socio-political positioning over the well-being of not only ourselves, our people, but our children. So when you mention the effect on the youth coming up, and maybe it was better to have kind of kept quiet, I think what's missing from black men as a whole is audacity and backbone. So it's very refreshing to see an athlete, because we give these athletes and celebrities so much flack about not standing up when the real issues go down. But then when they do start saying real, it's like polarizing. People are splitting the demographic and choosing sides when really we've been crying to take a village for all this time. So what do you want? they're in an impossible position where they can't please everybody. They're in a position where it's hard to really network and get to know people because everybody know you, but you don't know nobody everywhere you go. So it can't be easy to start a grassroots movement when everything ain't organic. You don't know why people is introducing themselves to your life. You don't know if they genuinely care about you when they coming to you and saying they want to be a part of your movement.
Right.
We've seen the history of COINTEL and how, they basically say the numbers is 1 out of every 4. Anytime we having meetings like this on Power or something like that, 1 out of the 4 will deal with COINTEL type situations, shit hit the fan, and start giving up information on our blueprint to the authorities. So this is what they're up against. I mean, I would hope people would continue to do the research and make a decision whether they felt like the movie was crossing the line and not allow mass media and people like the NBA executives and the Nike executives or the Adidas executives to make the decision for them, whether somebody is a bad person or not.
Okay. Last but not least, let's talk about this joker. This joker, I call him a joker. Because anytime you could talk about LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, you got to be telling jokes. All right, let's go.
It's not even close.
Now, we argue about this, and this, I don't know. I swear this guy right here, I see him all day around the job, and he's going in conversation. He's really serious about this. Like, I really look at him sometimes like, my man. Okay, look. So here we go. LeBron James has 4 rings.
Yes, sir.
Michael Jordan has 6.
Yes, sir.
Am I right so far?
Yes.
Michael Jordan has 2 3-peats.
Yes.
LeBron has jumped teams to get his.
Yes.
Okay. Michael Jordan got all his chips with 1 team. This man has, once again, he sees a team that can try to make it, he's going that route. So far, we on the same page?
Somewhat, but not exactly. Go
Okay.
ahead.
How can you compare the two? Now, it's a different era. That's just like saying, Aaron Hall and R. Kelly. Everybody know that Aaron Hall, wait now. Everybody know that Aaron Hall was the one who came up with the style that R. Kelly took over. Right?
That's a fact.
Now, Michael Jordan was the greatest, and LeBron took over a style. But you cannot compare the two. First of all, you're talking about a time of when we were growing up where basketball was on the inside. You had to have a big man. Your 3-point play was getting fouled going into the hole.
Yes.
Everybody in the NBA right now is shooting threes. You got the 7-footers shooting threes. It wasn't like, only one back at that time was shooting 7-footers that were shooting was Derek. Derek, from Dallas.
Nowitzki.
Other than that, Patrick. You talking about from Houston, Elijah Wan, Kareem. You talking about Duncan, Robinson. If you wanted to get a 3-pointer, you had to go down there and get it. The game has changed now.
Absolutely.
But for you to disrespect Michael Jordan like you do around the job and you can come on the air, and I just gave you three situations. That man won 6 3-peats.
2 3-peats.
2 3-peats. Come on.
Swings,
that right there is something that you can just say. Let me just shut it. 2 3-peats.
That's great.
Okay, now I've just made a bet at the job yesterday. Now the Lakers are what? 2-10?
2-10.
All right. I bet y'all that LeBron James jumped ship before the end of the season. He's gonna go back to Cleveland. Because why? Cleveland is popping. Watch this. Wait a minute now. Let me show you how. Cleveland would take LeBron back at any point. He's gonna say that's my home. I got to go back, get the one more because he's not gonna get 2 more chips to catch up to Michael. He's gonna jump ship. He is not going out to be in last place as a Laker at the end of the season. He's jumping ship.
Is this the
because he does that.
Is this the last year of his contract?
No, he got 1 more year, but on his contract he could opt out.
Nah, he just re-signed in the off season a 4-year deal.
No, it was a
144
2-year deal.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody
I can't see him going
Google
4
it.
years.
It's 4 years. He gave
Four?
up his leverage.
Wow, I can't see that.
Wow. Okay,
But-
so you believe that Michael? I mean, you think that LeBron is going to sit there to the end of this year and be in last place? And
Yes.
I want to hear y'all say, yeah, y'all think that?
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
the ownership gave up all his young talent and draft
That's what I'm
picks
saying.
until 2027. Even if you lose, you're not getting no draft picks. They like, listen, we gave all this up for
to
you.
me,
They're not
to
helping
me,
him.
all he wants to do is break records right
Exactly.
now.
All he care about catching.
All he want to do is break records. So he couldn't have
don't
broke
look like he
records
loved the game
if he
no
had
more.
all them young
do that.
gunners on the team.
He doesn't look like he's having fun out there.
Because he's losing.
Listen here.
Supposed to leave. Come on, keep playing, man. Keep
Wait a minute.
playing
Even
hard.
when he was losing
Big
that
Rich.
first year in Cleveland, he had a gleam in his eye.
Big
and he
Rich,
was
let's-
affecting the game. Now
Yeah.
it's just like turnovers, air balls. He missing free throws. Like I
Mhm.
never seen it. Like Russ Westbrook got a better 3-point percentage than LeBron right now, and they talk all that about Russ.
That's just like here at the station. I got a better percentage than Al over here right now, but this is what we do. You know what I mean? This is what we do around here, yo. RM, I got a better percentage than y'all right now.
Right, Big Rich, man. Let's just get to the meat of the table. Okay. Let me ask some people, because not that these guys are these are intellectual minds right here. But RM, Big Al, let me ask y'all a question, man. When you have a system already set in place and you have things flowing, isn't it pretty simple to keep it going along? You don't already know what works. You don't. This is what you do.
You saying Mike got it easy?
When you go,
You said Mike had it easy?
from here to there to there to set up things and make things work and then win there. Isn't that usually tougher for you to say? It's not all about the win. It's about how you win. You took these players. Listen, Cleveland.
about the win, it's how
Mike
you
dominated.
May I
What you mean?
May I ask RM and Al the question. Y'all talking all this Kyrie stuff. Shout out to Kyrie. Was not.
Keep it Mike and
was
LeBron.
not- no,
Don't
no,
do
no,
that.
no.
You see how
I'm
you try to
trying
do?
No, I'm trying to.
Don't let him do
All
that.
right,
dog.
before LeBron came back to Cleveland, the Cavs hadn't slipped the playoffs.
Right.
They
Okay,
right.
but LeBron needed Kyrie just as much as Kyrie needed LeBron.
And
He
Kevin
won.
Love. Don't
Listen,
forget
all right,
they needed
listen,
Kevin
all
Love.
right.
Question. You
There-
asked the
there you
question.
go.
He
right?
sounds like
Right,
an
Let me answer
opportunist.
that question.
Thank you.
Michael didn't win those chips by himself.
Thank you.
He had a team around him, a well-built team,
I agree.
and they learned to work together.
I agree.
My problem with LeBron is he's a soloist. All right?
He's
he
an
doesn't
opportunist.
believe in the team concept. Like Rich is saying, he runs from team to team looking for
You
a better
had-
built team so that he can get a chip.
I don't.
That's
agree.
all.
You had
I
all
hear
them
you. I
young
don't
guns.
agree.
You had all them young guns
You gonna
last
hold
year.
that against him, OG?
Right. This is
Man,
what I'm saying.
You
See,
know,
all
good.
y'all making it seem is like, yeah, if that's the case, we should hold other people count. Like I told Vern, I tell all y'all, he lives up to his contract. That's why he's not leaving. Pattern has shown that he always plays out his contract. He doesn't skip town and leave. When he says, okay, we done did what we did. We got 2 in Miami. Okay, it's renegotiation
So let me
time.
ask you a
It's time
question.
to go elsewhere.
Hold
Why
on,
do
hold
I
on,
have to stay beholden to y'all?
What happened? What happened to the day and age when you sign somebody to your team to build the team, a franchise
Around you.
around you?
Around
That's
Hey,
what they
man,
did
those
with
players
Michael.
was miserable though, OG.
Come on,
Those players was
man.
miserable. Doc
Yeah.
J
Yo.
was miserable. Barkley.
Yo,
They
They
wasn't
broke
good
up the
enough to
Pistons.
there you go.
They
You ain't.
wasn't good enough
What
to
the
win.
Sixers? They won it in '82.
Huh?
83.
They won.
83.
It was '83.
Come
Right
on, look at
before
Dr.
Barkley
J.
came, but
when
they
he won
won
the
it. They
Sixers.
did
built the
win
team
it.
around
Like, all I'm saying is,
So, you know, it depends on your skill level.
all I'm saying is, when you talk about then and now,
Exactly.
to get a foul, Jordan them had to go in there. They get their nose broken, all that.
I give you
These
that.
guys is
I give
shooting
you
3
that.
points. That's all they doing.
Not
You
getting
touch the
touched.
ground.
Not
You
getting
touch
touched,
the
right?
ground. And if he don't get called, he's yelling at the ref. Yo.
Okay. All right.
Jordan went down there and got his nose broke. He's on the floor.
I can't argue that. All right, tell me this.
Him in Detroit, I'm talking about battles where niggas is bleeding and
Yeah, that
was
was
very
jail
true.
ball they playing
Yeah,
out there. Like,
what
that
are
was
you
CB4
talking about?
ball.
LeBron
Like.
get touched and then he don't get a call.
And it's finesse.
He's
now.
right to
It's
referee.
finesse. It's
RM,
finesse
tell me
now.
this.
It's finesse
What
now.
player or coach has LeBron not won without? You can't name. You can't name it. With Mike, he has not won without Phyllis, Scotty. So that tells you
Because
right there
he
within
stayed with
itself.
one
So the system is the most important thing. Regardless of LeBron being a soloist, LeBron is a soloist, but he creates the system.
But
and he tells to buy into the system. I'm not giving you more credit for that. I'm not going to give you more credit for that. That's a system. That's a system.
You've been drinking.
I had a little bit of champagne. Listen, that has nothing to do with
you my man.
Yo.
But yo,
It doesn't make any sense to even mention that. And when you look at the amount of help that LeBron has had in his career, LeBron has played with 27 All-Stars.
Thank you.
27. Jordan's All-Stars, he played with 8. 6 of that is from Pippen. And the other 2 came from Rodman when he got 2 All-Star selections in the early 90s. The offensive help that LeBron he's played with numerous players that's averaged well over 25. Jordan never had that. Pippen on his best day averaged 21. When you look at Jordan. With him there as well. When you look at the offensive help that LeBron has had, Mike didn't have that. He did not have that.
He also had like 3 7-footers on every team.
Who? Cartwright? Get the hell out of here. Who you talking about? Stop
Don't do Bill like that, man.
Come on, man.
I can see if you said somebody like a Bill Whittington.
Come on, Bill Whittington, Luke Longley. Stop it. Luke Longley was trash. Luke Longley was all right. Are you kidding me?
He was all right.
In what world? In the NBA world?
Happy
Luke
birthday.
Longley was all right. I mean, they averaged like 2 points a game.
With Mike, how much is he supposed
hold
to
on.
average?
So what is it though? How is he all right averaging 2 points a game? You can't be all right. That's ball. That's trash numbers, bro. 2 points a game?
You don't understand how it works.
Adam, all I just want you to say.
Oh my God.
All I just want you to say is that you can't compare the eras. I'm tired.
I don't.
You work on the job all day.
Ask him.
The elevator can open up and he's arguing about something.
Right. But I said
the elevator doors open up and it's Adam. He's arguing. I said, he's the greater. If you don't shut that damn elevator door,
I said,
get your ass back in that elevator. Talk that bullshit. You better get the hell on with that bullshit.
I said there is no greatest of all time because every era changes. You just said that the eras.
Okay.
Accolades, bro. With the accolades, ain't nobody touching Mike.
Okay.
Period.
Bill Russell.
So then he should be at the.
Hold up. Let's not do that, though. Let's not do that.
That's no. He has 11 rings, right? We're not comparing him.
Yeah, we can't.
Because when you say the GOAT, you got 11 rings. You are the GOAT.
Hold on. There was 8 teams in the league when he played.
So what? You still have to win. Stop doing that, man.
Stop it. There was 8 teams in the league.
7 teams didn't win. Why the 7 teams didn't win?
Jordan was doing it in the league with 32 teams. The level of competition was way more
intense. The man had 11 rings.
With 8 teams.
He got enough rings that you had to put 2 rings on one finger.
He got 4 Hall of Famers.
All right.
So what?
Stop.
So what? Stop using that excuse.
How was that even a comparison?
Okay, here we go. Let's bring it down. Everybody bring it down. This shit get crazy.
Be a little.
I'm telling you, I just caught a flash just now, yo. I was about to go there and punch Al in the mouth just now, yo. I was on my way over to punch Al in the mouth just now. Bring it down, yo. Everybody bring it down. I am. Now, truthfully, I haven't had a panel of more than one person up here in a long time, so it feels good to have a panel. And one part of the show, it's called 21 Questions. I didn't bring no questions with me today because I didn't know that we were going to do this. So maybe in 2 more weeks, we can do this again where I'm going to have 21 questions.
Okay.
Make sure you write them down.
I'm going to write them down. So maybe in 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, I'm going to actually come back and call
yeah, he do. Again.
But I'm going to just give y'all a little off the top of the head. I'm going to show you how this goes with the 21 questions. Okay. I'm going to think of 5 quick questions. Now, the reason I'm doing this, Al, I need you on this one. The reason that I'm doing this, and hey, you know this too.
Yeah.
The reason that I'm doing this 21 questions, the one I'm doing next week, is going to be about ladies. And the reason that I'm doing that, you know why? Because me and this guy right here, we have so many different opinions when it comes to ladies.
I have a few different opinions too. Oh yeah.
Hey, Al, I'm looking so
yeah.
Whoa!
You know what's so crazy, Rich?
Talk to me, Al.
He said that. He started smiling.
He knew where I was going with it. In 2 weeks, I'm going to ask her to stay with me for like another hour one more time.
Absolutely, man.
We're going to do the 20 because I need a panel. First of all, when we do 21 questions, a lot of women always call in. So
yes.
So I want y'all to tell y'all, all your fans and all them, because I know, and once again, my brother, I know your opinions, and there's been opinions on ladies that have to be totally different. So what we gonna do?
Might be a little different.
It's gonna be a lot of different. This man right here. So hit me with the 21 question theme thing, and I'm gonna do like 2 or 3 questions, and then I'm gonna let y'all get out of here, okay? Let me show you how it goes.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yo.
No, it's playing, but
I'll ask 21 questions, and they all about us.
All right, so I know you keep looking at me right now. You keep saying, why this guy got on the stethoscope? Because I'm a law guy. I have a PhD and LOVE, so I have to put my stethoscope on when I get. There he goes, this one. Yo, chill out,
You
man.
been playing
I'm a
yourself,
love
bro.
doctor, so I gotta ask y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all a few questions, okay? Okay. Sex on the first night with a lady, is it wrong or is it right? I'm gonna start with you first. Sex on with a lady on the first night. You meet a young lady, you had a nice little spot, y'all meet a young lady, and she said, come on, let's go do it. Is it wrong or is it right?
Definitely not wrong, but would definitely affect how I look at things long term going forward.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that.
Agreed. It's definitely not wrong. If the energy proper, let's get to it. Right?
Okay.
But like you said, if we're talking something long term, I don't know how you start. Is how it's gonna usually pretty much go.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree that if I'm looking at it from a long-term perspective, then no. I mean, I tend to value things more that you work for. You have to work to acquire. If you went to college in your first week, you got a degree in whatever field, in whatever respective field it was, you'd be shocked. You'd be like, I got a degree, really? After a week, I didn't have to work for this. I didn't have to study, apply myself at all. So we tend to value things that we have to work for. So if I got it on the first date, nah, I'm not, like he said, I'm going to look at, it's not wrong, but looking at you for long term, no, because I didn't have to work for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, not wrong, but it would depend. Like if it was something like that was all I was looking for anyway, then obviously, I don't care. It's not a problem. But if this was someone I wanted to be my girl, then that's gonna affect how I view you.
Okay. RM.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
You're not having sex on the first date?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it was brought to me, and I let that slide for like 3 to 4 days, maybe 5. And when you do that, females tend to look at you different.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because you let them wait. Because remember, they used to let us wait.
Mm-hmm.
So you put them in that waiting. You play that waiting game with them, and
Al?
that's better.
Al?
I'm still waiting.
Lady D, we have a lady in the house. Let's hear hers. What do you think?
I listened to everybody's comment, and y'all all said it's not wrong and not right, or it's right and not wrong. So if you feel that it's not right, why do it anyway?
No, it's not that's not right.
Can I answer that?
Having sex on the first date, you said you would look at her differently, right? But if you're looking into long term, right?
Right.
So why do it anyway?
Listen, I think it was Keith Sweat that said it's the right and the wrong way to love somebody.
Right way to love somebody.
So listen, I just mean by that, like, listen, if we dealing with mood and moment, that may be the way we feel. It may be a once in a lifetime situation, no change, no obligations, an adult situation between two mature people willing to do that. But you can't really, as a man, be a little shocked if going forward the man kind of feels like he doesn't really have as much respect for you, because I like what the brother Vern said, because men, as crazy as it may seem, are very territorial. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to that, like, it would be hard to look at a woman as white potential.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you that.
She gave it up. I know it don't sound right.
You would do it on the first night though, anyway.
Depending on the situation. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm not saying I won't. I can't say what I will and won't do now.
And let's keep it real.
You know,
honestly.
I never met Beyonce on the beach in Aruba by myself. I can't say. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but a lot of people say what they will or won't do.
Right.
And hindsight is always 20/20. You know what I mean? So I don't know. What you thinking?
No, I was just gonna say, let's keep it real, Auntie.
Not gonna get me in
You're
trouble.
correct. Like, why would you do it? I mean, like you said, that could be a once in a lifetime. And let's be real. If the situation goes in the opposite direction, you do what you do, but she not liking it. She out the door anyway. So at the end of the day, it's a fill out process. But just the man, like you said, man is usually territorial, and he wants to know that his woman has some sort of discipline and some sort of restraint, because if he's valuing you in that, like, that's why he's just more like, okay, no, I'm gonna take my time with it. This is someone that I see the long term with. If you coming out the box with it right away with the short term, then that's what it's gonna be.
You know the funny thing about
No, I was just saying. I mean, on a psychological level, we tend to value things that we get through hard work. Anything that's easy that you have access to, that you can just get, you don't tend to value it.
Okay.
You only, when you have to work for something, you've acquired it. You know the work that you put into it. You tend to have a reverence and respect. And
Now, it's funny because the reason I brought that question up is because somebody talked about this with me this week. I did, I don't usually tell my business on the air.
Yeah, because you be going home and getting that spanking.
You better spill it.
Rich, please be careful today, man.
I did it. I slept with a woman on the first night, and that turned into a 9-year relationship. We lived together for 9 years. So I understand on both sides of the fence of what y'all talking about. That night, I wasn't thinking about no long-term relationship. I was just thinking about, I'm about to tear this ass up. You know what I mean? And then it turned into something, But
You needed a place to stay. That's what it was.
no, she's moved in with me. She moved in with me. You know what I mean?
I'm just joking.
She moved in with me. RM, you always talking shit, yo. You gotta stop playing with me.
Yo, I'm just saying.
Next question. Let's go. Online dating. Would you do it or would you not do it? Let's go from Lady D. Would you do it? Lady D.
Why you
would
gonna go
online
there?
date? Huh?
Why are you gonna go there?
I just need to ask her what she.
Why are you gonna? You already know. Why are you gonna go there?
Listen. Do me a favor. Everybody, do me a favor. What does that say right there? Big Rich the Ruler Show, right?
Yes, sir.
Will you tell RM to shut the hell up on my
Yeah, I can't disrespect
fronting.
the DJ.
Okay, let's go. Hold on. I need y'all to hear this, y'all. Lady D, my sister, would you online date?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I do. And I probably will again. However,
Mm-hmm.
I would never take the advice of my brother, Big Rich the Ruler.
What?
Because he introduced me to a dating site, and I met a guy on this dating site that started out to be a perfect gentleman and turned into a wild wilderness. So, I don't listen to him anymore, and I suggest nobody listen to him.
Well, the reason I suggested to her, I said, listen, you don't go out as much as you used to. You're a single, pretty young black lady. A lot of people do the online dating, so why don't you try it? So, she run a site. She met somebody. How can she blame me for what happened on the site? She met somebody. All I did told her was, I said, go online and meet somebody. And how do I get the blame for what happened after you went online? Can somebody please explain that?
Traumatic experience. You
made the suggestion.
You initiated the situation.
Led Miss Lady astray. In that
So
particular
technically, it is your fault.
How? Wait a minute.
Because if you would have never did it, if you would never referred her, she wouldn't have went through what she went through. So your judgment, she's questioning your judgment now. The judgment.
But me personally, I always like meeting somebody the organic way.
Yes, sir.
Somebody you can see their reaction, you can talk, you can feel the vibes. You can get that. You don't get that through social media. I mean, I'm sorry, not social media, online dating.
It's a new world, though, dog.
It's over like if I meet somebody, I don't want to text you. I want to talk to you. I want to hear your voice. I want to hear your perspective, how you think, how you look at things.
Right.
I can't get that from texting.
Okay.
So
hey, Al. So I'm glad you stepped out for a minute. So she's blaming me for what happened to her on this situation. They gave their opinions. Is it my fault what happened on her situation, Al?
Well, did you encourage her to do something that she normally wouldn't do?
I just told her about online dating. Yeah, I did.
It's a sort of encouragement.
So when she told you initially that she didn't feel like doing that, what was what did you say to her?
I didn't make her do it.
No, you answer the question.
What?
When she said initially,
I said, well, you don't go out, so I think that you need to, try something different.
So you basically encouraged her to do something that you know that she wasn't about, and then when she did it and it didn't turn out right, now you want to throw darts at her.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, let's move on.
I mean,
to
the man ultimately showed who he fully was. So that Rich just gave some insight, but
I can't blame
I'm
that.
gonna keep it real. That's where we go. That's where we go astray. That's where we go wrong. Honestly, if you be yourself from the beginning, she or the other party has to deal with who they are from the gate, and you're gonna like it or not. So if
How
start
can
out
you
being
blame the love doctor?
No. I said that you brought some light to the
She
darkness.
blaming me because it didn't go right.
But you got to take some responsibility too, though. Because not you. I'm saying that when you go on the site, you're doing that voluntarily at your own volition.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
At the end of the day, I'm just saying because he gave a suggestion, and even if he encourages it, he does play a part. But at the end of the day, the decision is still finally up to the person that goes on the site.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So let's go. So would you do online dating?
No, I'm not a fan of it. I feel like there's an art that's lost when you do something like that. It's something different, like meeting somebody in person. There's a genuine human interaction. I feel like at least people in my age group, that's why there's a little bit of social awkwardness for people now, because we're so used to just talking to people through a screen that just certain social cues you don't pick up on just talking to somebody face to face. I feel like you could sound like Casanova over the phone, but then you're a weirdo in person. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Talk to me, bro.
No, yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm all for the organic interaction when it comes to meeting somebody in the beginning. You don't get that, like you said, that human interaction. You're not getting that through online dating. It takes away from it. Like you said, you pick up on the cues and the body language and the vibes. You see that when you're interacting with somebody in person. You don't get that, with the online dating.
Hey, talk to me. Hey,
I've done it before, but like you said, I'm not cool with it because I'm the same way. In person, I want to see what you look like. I want to see your reaction to certain things I say. I want to see how you're looking at me, how I'm looking at you. I want you to get the vibe. I want you to get the energy.
Okay.
Certain stuff. I'm a regular, I guess, corny guy. Like my opening speech on a website is like, hey, hello, nice to meet you. They not a lot of them, from my experience, they're not into that. They want something like so out of this world.
Yeah.
Like we need to go back to the core fundamentals, the foundation of how we used to do things. Like when you used to have to call a house phone and speak and address the Mr. or the Mrs. of the house and say, hello, how are you doing? Is this person in? May I speak to them? That was the old school proper way. You know what I mean?
Go back to Michael Jordan. You took that 2 different times of era, nigga. I ain't call nobody mama and ask, can I speak to them? She better have a cell phone.
Of course not. What I'm just saying is I'd rather see you in person. I'd rather see that. We got more moving parts going on at that in that moment.
Have you done it?
Yes, I have. That's why I've done it. I haven't done it in many
years. What's your success rate?
Oh man. Doug Oliver, what's going on, yo? Fam, I gotta get you up here too. And I'm gonna ask you for your opinion. And then once again tonight is Super C's birthday party at the garage. If you're not doing nothing, all roads lead to Super C's birthday party tonight. He has a all-star lineup of DJs. So Super C, happy birthday. But we gotta get back to the show. Now, online dating, would you do it, bro?
It's definitely too weird out here nowadays to primarily date online. Like they say, I'd rather get to know a woman old school way, like we just somehow have something in common, whether we're in the same place at the same time and something just develops. And to just be out there, I think I would feel a little weird just to be logging on the computer and, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm looking for, like, just in my search engine love. Like, you know what I mean? So,
okay, this is the last question, and I'm going to let y'all fellas go. I'm going to let RM take a musical break. We're going to take a break after this one. Once again, we're going to say happy birthday to you, my brother.
Thank you, brother.
Many more. This is one of the big Al. Now this is it. I'm about to make my man right here, I'm about to make his blood boil. This is one of my biggest arguments with this man right here. This man tells me that a 67-year-old man and a 37-year-old man, the 67-year-old man sexual drive and getting it in is the same as a 37-year-old man. Go ahead.
I didn't say that.
Let's clean this up.
I'm a little lost by this.
Okay, talk to me. All right, talk to me, bro.
I need clarity.
Hold on, let me put my stethoscope in.
But what I am
doctor
saying,
talking right. Go ahead.
I'm not saying that it's the same, but what I am saying is, if a man takes care of himself, he stays in shape, watches what he eats, has a good diet, and works out. A man can have sex well into his 60s and be tanning up. Absolutely, it's all based around diet. When you look at sexual issues that men have, like ED, things of that nature, it comes from lack of blood flow. Not enough blood traveling to that particular part of the body.
Right.
Those are clogged arteries.
Right.
Those clogged arteries come from plaque. Plaque comes from your diet. That's what it's all based around.
Okay.
Your diet. When you're healthy, taking care of yourself, working out, especially eliminating a lot of meat and eating fruits and vegetables and really working out, come on, Dr. Sabi had a kid at 80.
Okay.
Wait a
80
minute.
years old, he was still
Hold on, Rich. Take that stethoscope. Repeat what you said. Just put it so you.
No, let me tell you why I'm gonna tell you why.
Let him repeat that, but put that stethoscope to him.
We're gonna go around the room.
So you can hear that.
We're going around the room. Do you agree or disagree with what my brother is saying right here?
No, I agree. Like he said, a lot of ED stems from health issues. So I think the average 60-something-year-old man in America might not be the healthiest, so that's why we base stuff off the average. But I think if you're taking care of yourself,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
Same. It's a lifestyle. If you treat your body is your temple. So if you treat it properly and give it the nutrients and the proper things that it needs, then you'll be fine. Because that's what it functions off of. So you just got to treat it properly. You got to condition it just like a car or whatever.
Okay. Talk to me, my brother.
Hey, brother, man, we say this again. The human body is one of the most sophisticated computers on the planet. Whatever you program it to do, it will do through repetition. And there's herbs out there, especially us indigenous folks. You know what I mean? If you know that's out there, like the Tonga Ali, the ashwagandhas, and all these things that aid with the diet. That will help if you're taking health and wellness serious. AIDS does not necessarily mean good health. You know what I mean? Yes, I agree.
All right, so like I said, now when we come back in 2 more weeks, we're gonna have the 21 questions.
Sir.
It's gonna be mostly about ladies. This one time I'm gonna sit down with Al. We can go over questions together because.
OG, can I just say this one thing in passing? No, just this one thing in passing. No, nothing crazy.
One thing
Nothing
in passing.
crazy. No,
Don't
nothing
ask
crazy.
me am I still sexual active because I'm still tan ass. Don't ask me am I still sexually good. I drink my King C. I drink my King C. And I'm still tan ass.
How you asking that question?
No, because can we talk? We can talk? Of course. Because we talk about your grandpa.
Rewind.
And you say grandpops, and I'm like, damn, you said grandpops are still knocking them down. And I'm like, whoa, grandpa. Yeah, okay. Well,
The herbs,
yeah.
it's the herbs.
Take care of yourself.
So, OG, please, can I just say this one
Well,
thing?
wait, let me
just
just tell them that I take my genes. Scenes.
No, listen, this ain't heavy and all.
What
This
the-
is a different subject. I just want to give a quick shout out to Professor Mo, man. And we doing a 52 block seminar today at Mother AME Zion Church in Harlem on 137th between 7th and Lenox. And what we trying to do, man, in Junction, man, like I know it's a lot of crime and violence going on. We trying to push back and bring back the guns down, gloves up initiative. Like I'm trying to reach out to certain brothers. So Professor Mo is one of the brothers I reached out to. We'll be talking to him today. And again, he gives seminars in Harlem. So please check out him, Professor Mo, support what they doing with the whole 52 block thing, man.
I'm going to ask you the next time you have something important like that going on. I mean, I know you and I'll keep in touch during the week, but keep Al Abrupt. So maybe we could take the show down there. We could record from down there and stuff like that. It'd be something I would love to.
Big
be a
Al, I
part
told
of.
you about it, right? Didn't I send you some information on that? Like,
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. So
Yeah.
just going forward, man, just to let the brothers know, man,
That's
we're not
beautiful.
just dealing with words, we're dealing with ways, words, and actions. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
So as we proceed,
All right. I just want to thank y'all guys for coming through, man. We had fun today, man.
Thank you for having us, brother.
Yeah, man. We got,
on me, man.
like I said, we're gonna come back in 2 more weeks with the 21 questions. And I just wanna say that me and L, we go at it all the time when it comes to sex questions and told you we talk about everything. And we be, I mean,
He a wild boy though.
yo,
man.
he's a wild west right there, yo. So, like I said, me and Al will go over the questions, and we're gonna make sure that these questions be good because I want them to be, I want it to be the point where we're going back and forth with this, because that's what makes this show. Because without y'all being here today, I'd have been stuck up here with Al and RM agreeing with everything together, and it's against me. It's like that's how it goes.
No, we just be blowing your spot because you
Here
be
we go.
fronting.
But I just want to thank you once again, Adam. Once again, happy birthday, man.
New World Order, New World, New World, old views. He's saying New World Order.
Let me tell you what. Can I tell you why? I'm saying that because when you say like the NWO, the wrestler team, they took over a whole industry. And I just feel like y'all guys is gonna take over a whole industry that's gonna follow y'all. I know what y'all
funny
call.
you mentioned that. We was just building on that earlier.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I see things that you don't see, bro. Chill out, man. I'm deeper than
Then
you.
take them glasses off then, man.
Because I drink my jeans, see? I drink my jeans. And your O2 with the ding sing.
Oh, that's why you got that Red Bull too, right?
Yeah, the Red Bull, the jeans sing. That's a Black Bull, bro. You better chill out, man.
Right.
But I just want to thank y'all for coming through, man. We're going to take a musical break. And we'll see y'all in 2 weeks, man.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
Out of control. Falling on to thin air. Ain't nobody home, so I feel alone. Gotta get away, gotta leave this place. Where am I gonna go? That's what I wanna know. Doesn't matter what I do, I'm still confused. What I wanna do feels like I'm spinning.
It's never gonna fade out. It's never gonna fade out. Because anytime, listen, what do you call a party without a DJ? No, but I'm just saying, it will never fade out.
Can't you think of nothing new? Would you rather live a lie than face the truth? Going high up in the clouds, when their faces were all around. But now when I'm feeling down, where are you now? Oh, you can't be found. No way.
Some of them are million dollar DJs that's out here.
In misery, using what you want, but what you need. No love can set you free. Your love, so you keep circling, hoping something comes set you free. Can't get it right.
You know what it is. iAccess Radio, DJ RM.
Couldn't catch myself, no. I was spinning.
Shout out to the Evening Rush. What's good? What's good?
Rasheen. DJ Rasheen.
Stay in your bag, stay in your bag.
Someone, yeah. She don't want my love, I guess I gotta move on. Hey, oh yeah. Oh, but she don't want my love, I guess I gotta move on. Oh yeah. Oh no, if she don't want my love, I'm guessing I gotta move on. I guess it came a little too strong. I guess she don't want my love, I guess I gotta move on. I guess I tried to give it all to you, baby. Brand new Mercedes, a newborn baby. And I told you love too lazy. Damn, all you have to do is love me, baby. And if that's so frustrating, yeah, why you wanna go and test me, baby, yeah? Grade me and tell me I'm failing, yeah. Keep telling me names like you done trying with me, done fighting with me, yeah. Gave you a ring, I was going off the deep end, yeah. On daily on my drain for the weekend. Sent you some things, yeah, when I was done drinking. Like, getting with you for the wrong reason, cause you wasn't me, till I'm start reaching. That's stress, jealous in me, I'm salty, I need it, my wounds keep bleeding. Found a new man, so I gotta move on. Cause you gotta know genuine. Girl, you really know I'm wrong. Say you're wrong, cause you had to move on. Say she don't want my love, I'm guessing I gotta move on. I guess it came a little too strong. I guess she don't want my love, I guess I gotta move on. I guess I gotta move on.
We going up, we gon' lie. Can't stop, won't stop, told y'all. See me pull up, no problem. I can never ever be no one option. Pull up on me, but no blocks. Now you wanna say you wanna tell. Now you wanna say you wanna tell. Now you wanna say you wanna.
DJ Rasheen. DJ Rasheen. DJ Rasheen.
I said 5 in the morning, I wake up to 5 for my yearnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day, try to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Try to get by, but I'm burning. I mean, my mind, it runs. All these thoughts I'm traveling.
DJ Rasheen. DJ Rasheen.
The DJ. Yeah, my mind. Yeah, my mind.
The DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request.
I do the bed, and stretch, keep it going, do the bed, and stretch one more time, do the bed, and stretch, keep it going, do the bed, and stretch, keep it going, do the bed.
This is the one that's banging in the club right now. This is the one.
And stretch one more time, do the bed, and stretch.
I said 5 in the morning, I wake up to 5 for my yearnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day, try to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Try to get by, but I'm burning.
Drinking that Red Bull, drinking that devil drink.
All these thoughts are troubling. Fighting to give up my pain, fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. I really need time. I need.
DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request.
I do the bed,
And stretch, keep it going through the bed. And stretch one more time through the bed. And stretch, keep it going through the bed. And stretch, keep it going through the bed. And stretch, keep it going through the bed. And stretch one more time through the bed. And stretch.
I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my yearning. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. Try to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Try to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind, my mind it runs. All these thoughts are troubling. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Quiet, I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I really need mine now. Oh, yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way when you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts are governing. Finding to give up my pain. Finding to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need, right here. I really need my love. I really need to free my love. I need to free my mind out. I really need to free my love. I really need time now. Oh, yeah. Just let me free. Free of any open mind. Farther than the eyes can handle. Free of any ocean now. Yeah. So set me free. Now I need to find relief. Set me to the open sky. Now I need to free my mind. Yeah.
Put your hands in the air, Put your hands in the air.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on
What you done started? Oh, nana. Why you gotta act so naughty? Oh, nana. I'm about to spend all this cash. Oh, nana.
Tasmo, straight face, you remember?
Oh, na na na. Put your hands in the air if you're fucking tonight. Oh, na na na. Keep your hands in the air if you're fucking tonight. Oh, na na na. Oh, na 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 na. Everybody play it like. Oh, na na na. Oh, na 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 na.
I was on her when I first laid eyes on her. Brown skin with the Wonder Woman thighs on her. Sent a text to her, would you be my girlfriend? Was in love with her till I seen her girlfriend. I want every bad she got see. Can't help that wanna party with the KLB. Gun him down, I got bodies on my mattress. I'm a sucker for a big breast Spanish shit. Ooh, nah, nah, fast like ill, nah, nah. Strippers in the room still dancing for my dollars. Hands in the air if you crushing with no love. Shorty said the note to me, said meet me after the club like.
Oh, na na. Look what you done started. Oh, na na. Why you gotta act so naughty? Oh, na na. About to spend all this cash. Oh, na na. If you keep shaking that.
Here we go now. What? 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 Here we go now.
I don't know if you can take it. No, you wanna see me naked. Oh, we a baby. Spinning in his legs like he gave a me. Like a listen on the ground. I get like this, I can't be around you. Looking down and down. the things that I'm gonna do. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. When I'm with you, get it, wow, 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 wow. When I'm with you, all I get is thought. I hope you don't want to take it. You took your thing. Kitty, baby, get her things to rest. Cause you done beat it like the 68 Jets. Diamonds are nothing when I'm rockin' with you. Diamonds are nothing when I'm shining with you. Just keep it white and black as if I'm your sister. I'm too hip to hop around, time to hit with you. I get wow, wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wild.
Here we go now.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
We back, y'all. We back. What's good? What's good?
To the brain. This is
We
what
back.
do
Is
up
my
here.
mic on? Is my
My
mic on?
mic
Is
sounds
my mic?
nice.
My
Check.
mic sounds nice. Check one.
Yes, I got my sister up here today.
Lady
We
D
gonna
in the
talk something.
building.
Yeah, we here. What's the name of your show again?
Let's be clear,
Let it be
radio.
clear,
You
let it
already
be-
know. Let's
Hey,
be
yo,
clear.
Al, man. You know, all kidding aside, man. This 2-week thing, this every 2-week things we come on the air. Now I got weekends off. I'm gonna have to throw another show in there somehow on the other Saturdays, even if it's just a little half an hour, or hour later or something. We're gonna have to work
First of
something
all,
out.
you need more than a half an hour.
Yo, you know
'Cause
what?
it take you 2 hours to get here.
It sure do.
Right.
Yo, well, you know, it does.
He
I'm
said he
saying,
was gonna pick me up at 11:30. He got there at 12 o'clock.
okay.
You know he always an hour off.
Ma, but you know what the crazy part about? Come a little closer so we can both get in. You know what's crazy about that is it's funny because I know I had to go get the water and stuff like that. We had to get the water, and I was just thinking, and at the last minute, all kidding aside, the last minute, sis said, "Let's go get this champagne." I didn't want to drink the Bel Air today because the last time we drank.
First of all, you need to stop promoting stuff on the air that you're not getting paid for.
No, this is the Bel. This the Bel. This the Bel
It
Air.
doesn't make it. He needs to stop promoting stuff on the air that he's not getting paid for as well.
Okay.
Because if you guys are not going to get paid for it, everybody don't have to know what y'all drinking because y'all telling them
Wait,
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me finish. I know this is your show. I'm not trying to knock you.
One more again? Say it again.
It's your show.
Whose station?
But it doesn't make a difference
Okay.
whose station it is.
Okay.
It's called iAccess Radio.
But who's station?
So let's be clear.
Don't do that.
Let's
Don't do
be
that
clear.
because you already know. I'm talking about ready to fire your ass.
Hold
Anyway,
on.
you keep it up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Fire him later when the show's over.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are promoting, right? And some people probably never heard of Bel Air. And because you guys are a syndicated radio show, people are listening and they're going, oh, let's go try this Bel Air that they drinking and advertising. And
All right, you're
Bel
right.
Air is getting paid.
All right,
for it.
all right.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What we talking about? I'm
Yeah,
ready
you
to
know,
talk.
I have fun today. I'm having fun today. It's been a great show. We was talking about let me put my stethoscope back on.
That stethoscope don't work.
This shit work, yo.
Oh, can I piggyback on the basketball thing because I watch basketball, but I'm not a basketball guru like you people are.
Okay.
But
Come on, just wait a minute.
what I wanted to say was that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Michael Jordan is the best player that I've known in the NBA. Although I'm a Shaquille O'Neal fan, I like Shaquille O'Neal. But Michael Jordan is the only player that I know that played against the Knicks with the flu and caught 54 points.
Mm-hmm.
That makes him
D,
the GOAT.
She said my stethoscope don't work, right?
It don't.
All right, let me ask you a question. Does it work with people who have a heart, who don't have a heart?
Well, you know what I'm
Let me
saying.
see something. Let me see. Put it next to your
Nah,
heart.
I
Let me see.
don't.
You don't have a heart?
No, I don't. I lost it.
You lost your heart?
Yeah.
How can you be the love doctor's sister and you don't have a heart?
Because I lost it.
Well, let's go down that road right quick. I'll take this off there since you lost it.
Yeah,
How
you
did
don't
you
need
lose?
to. You
How
don't
did
need
you?
to.
I need to hear your heart, the pulse. I just wanted to hear something.
All right, go ahead. Take my pulse.
All right, do
I got a
something.
pulse. I'm still alive.
Let me see. Hold on. No, she dead. Yo, she dead, yo. Yo, everything she dead, yo.
Whoa.
Yo, she
Okay.
gone, yo.
Yo, you stupid.
Yo.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to. I just wanted to piggyback on that because if anybody's seen that basketball game where he played against the Knicks and he scored 54 points with the flu.
Hey,
So
man, hey, all kidding aside, and we talk about relationship up here all the time. We talk about love. We talk about a lot of different things up here. So this week, I was approached by a nurse, and she said, and she's matter of fact, the nurse is watching. So big, I don't want to give her name out because then she's gonna know I'm talking about her situation. But she said that she was in a bad relationship, and they just broke up, and she was thinking about going back to her ex because his whole approach the whole time that she was in this other relationship was it was about them. She's really confused about which way to go. So she said, "Love doctor, as far as me going
she
back."
called you the love doctor?
Everybody calls me the Jesus Christ. Oh my God, here we go. Hey, that's what Al, tell her please. Tell her what they call me.
Nobody.
Okay. Anyway,
Nobody's business, because it ain't nobody's business.
I gotta tell her.
Everybody's business ain't your business.
Everybody.
Everybody's business.
Everybody.
I don't know nothing about your business.
If you want him, I have an open book, brother. You want to know anything about the love? Whoa, nah. The book closes when it comes to Cynthia now. Cynthia knows too
I was
much.
going to say
Yo,
because
let me show you something. Look at Cynthia's nails. She got too much dirt on her nails on me, so I could never talk about my relationships with Cynthia. That's my sister. But we always talk about this all the time, and I'm always say, don't go back. Don't go back. Don't go back to a relationship. Don't go back. But I told her once again, if your heart, because she has a heart, I checked her heart.
Oh, she got one?
Her heart was beating.
It's still beating?
Her heart was beating. And she said her heart is for this one man. She said her family is going to be upset that she went back to him because of what he put her through. But like I explained to her, her family is not the person that he has to or she has to deal with when it comes to love. Now, me, when she told me the situation, it was funny to me because I know the guy. Well, I don't know him, but I see him, because he used to come pick up from work and this, and this. So I see the guy, I speak to him. He one day came inside and he told me a little situation. Yeah, he did mess up, boom, 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 because he just felt like it wasn't going the way he wanted to go. And sometimes you go out there and you try something. Okay, sometimes people go out there, they try things and they don't work, and you try to come back home. This is the situation that's going on there. I just feel like if you really love somebody, no matter if it was wrong for the bad from the door, or if it was good from the bad from the door, if your heart is in it, that's why I always carry my stethoscope to make sure your heart is in it. If your heart is in something, and that's what you really believe in, you have to follow your heart. Am I right or wrong, sis?
I'm gonna say no. You're wrong, because sometimes a person you can try with a person as many times as possible, and if every time you try you get the same result, you get that same hurt, then what do you think is gonna happen if you try it again? You're gonna get that same hurt.
Or this sometimes you keep saying every time. There's only been one day going back. Okay,
so I'm just speaking in general speaking. You can try again, right? And if that person did more hurt to you than happiness, then why would you go back to that hurt?
Okay, but once again, you're following your heart. Hey, Al.
Sometimes your heart don't know what it wants.
Al, are you with me? Are you eating cake?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. What does the word love mean to you? And I'm serious now, all kidding aside. What does the word love mean to you? And RM, while he's saying, I want you to think about it, because everybody has a different opinion on the word love. So what does the word love mean to you, Al?
Love is when you're willing to put everything about that other person before anything that you could ever want, need, or could fathom. Period. They matter before anything else.
Okay, so listen, say that one more time. Sound like you read up from the Bible, but go ahead. Say it one more time.
No, I'm not reading from the Bible.
Sound like you read from the Bible. So read that scripture one more time, bro.
Are you funny? That's when you put everything about that person before any of your needs, wants, or desires.
So
that person matter from
that's
the door.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm glad you said that. So he's saying that this lady is putting everything that she wants before anything that she needs because of her love for this man. So
that's
how
but
is that
hold-
wrong?
okay, because there's a difference between wants and needs. You might want something that's not good for you, but what you need is for somebody to be there for you that put him or herself before anything and anybody because they want to be with you.
That's why so many women want me.
No, they don't want you.
Come on, man. That's what it is, yo.
Yeah, because
So they
that's
want me
the-
because they need me.
No.
Okay. No, but no. All kidding aside, when it comes to love, people have different opinion on. And what's your opinion on love?
Love is you do anything for them.
Mhm.
You know, no matter what.
Mhm.
It's that feeling that you get that it takes over your mind, body, and soul.
Mhm.
It's just a feeling that you can't get away from.
Mhm.
You can try to get away from it, but
Mhm.
love is a real strong four-letter word.
Okay.
So
Well,
now let me ask you a question.
am I in love?
What's
Yes,
the-
I'm
no,
in love.
Not you.
I'm in
because
love.
he said that.
The
So
love
what
doctor is in love.
What is the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone? Because
I
there is
mean,
a difference.
I guess
I'm
when
in
you love somebody, it's the same like you love a car. You love, you know, you can love a girl across the street, but being in love is it's like I said, it's being in love is
So that's what you were just talking about. You wasn't talking about loving someone. You was talking about being in love with
right.
someone. Okay.
Yeah, you know, you
Mm-hmm.
do anything for them. It's it's that unconditional love that that it's an unbreakable bond.
So what would actually break that bond for you?
Just I don't know, probably betrayal. I think that's the only thing. I mean, love can be broken. I mean, in a whole lot of ways, but betrayal is one of the biggest things.
Mhm.
You know,
What about you, Rich? What could break that unconditional love? What can someone do, or your significant other or whatever? What could they do to break that unconditional love? Like, what is it? What is your deal breaker?
My deal breaker. Okay, so what's the question? What is my deal breaker?
Okay, you already know the difference between loving someone and being in love with someone. Agreed.
Mm.
Now, what would stop you from being in love with that person? What is your deal breaker for? Like, what will cause you?
Honest to
say,
God truth, anybody who knows me, anybody who I ever dated, anybody who I ever been in a relationship with, they will tell you, my number one thing to get me away from you is if I found out that you slept with somebody else. If me and you are together and I find out that you slept with somebody else, there's no coming back from that.
Mm.
No coming back if I know that you slept with somebody for sure. Now, I don't, like I said, what you said a little while ago? Tread light, Rich, tread light.
Yeah, be careful.
Be careful what you say. So I'm going to say something. I'm going to say this. In life, I think I only been in love, 3 times in my life.
Mm.
I'm 57 years old. 3 times in my life.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm 57. But I drink that ginseng. I drink that ginseng.
look like you 67 with that
Man,
beard,
you would
bro.
think you would think I'm 27. Yo, don't play with me. That's what me and Al was talking about.
That ginseng from the grocery store don't work,
No,
bro.
this is some shit from the motherland, bro.
Right.
Chill out, yo.
Okay. You
So,
mixing,
go ahead.
you mixing stuff up in your basement.
Nah, B. Now this is some real. You don't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get you a can. I'm gonna get you something, yo.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But sleeping with somebody else is my deal breaker.
Mm.
If I can prove 100% that you slept with somebody else, there's no coming back from that. I've been in love 3 times in my life.
Can you name them?
No, I'm not gonna do that. But out of the 3, 2, and I'm talking about earlier in my life, because the last person in my life, I know wouldn't cheat. So the other two, they did. That I couldn't put my finger on it, but I felt like in my heart that they did.
So that made you.
That
feel like
they
that-
made us
that
felt
was-
like it was
okay.
I still keep in touch with all three of the people I ever loved in my life, and we are all like, that's why I tell people all the time, when you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be able to at any point can go back to that person that you was in love with and be able to get anything from. And I feel that the relationships that I have, with the three people that I've ever been in love with, I can get no matter what it is. If they have it, I can get it.
Besides buns.
Truthfully, it would be better without the buns. You know why?
I'm just saying. You said anything, so you got to
But I
exclude
think-
that.
No, I can get the buns too. I probably can if I wanted to get the bun. That's not
So my next question, like when I tapped
Damn,
you,
I can't finish the
you
last
said-
question
Yeah,
before
it's
you go
all
to
right.
the next
You
question.
said that you in love now. So you're in love now with someone?
Yes.
With who? Besides yourself?
I'm in love with God.
I knew you.
I'm in love with God.
So
that person, let me tell you something. That person know who that person is. One thing about this person is
that you're in love with now?
Right.
Okay.
I don't have to call her name. She know what it is. Family know what it is. My mother to this day tells me that you shouldn't play with love. Love is something that a woman takes seriously.
Absolutely.
So when I say I've been in love 3 times, them 3 people right now, if you put 100 people in this room right now, and I say I've been in love 3 times, them 3 people can raise their hand and say I'm not one, because they know who they are. You know, me and you, we joke around, we play all day. We play all day with, joking about situations. But I don't joke when it comes to love. Like, love is serious.
Yeah, and it should
So,
be taken seriously.
Them
A lot
three-
of people play with that.
Them 3 people.
So, Rich, I got a question for you.
Oh, man.
No, it's just a question.
Talk to me.
Because the question was asked, what would be the thing that would break you up if you're in love with somebody?
Mhm.
And you said if you found out that they cheated on you.
Right.
So you mentioned that, and then you said you're not sure, but you believe. So did you accuse them, or did you just walk away assuming that that's what you was feeling in your heart and that they did it? Did you ever really ask or find out whether it was true?
See,
because the reason why I'm asking that is because that could put pressure and separation on a relationship if you thinking one thing, right? And they trying to figure out what's going on with you, and you're supposed to love them, and they can't make heads or tails out of what's going on with you because you accusing them of something that's not really happening.
Okay. I don't do this. Y'all know that I don't put my business out there. But for my fans, I will do anything.
Don't do it for the fans.
No, I want to know.
But if you can't answer it, say you can't answer it. I'm not putting no pressure on you, brother. If you don't want to answer,
No,
it's
I'm
fine.
gonna answer it. I told you. I gotta put me some more in my can. I gotta get a little bit more juice now. Okay, listen. Here we go.
Because he's not a drinker.
Okay, so I'm only gonna use 1 out of the 3. I'm not gonna go all 3. I only been in love 3 times in my life. And I'm talking about my first love that I want to say was back in the early 80s when I got out of school, my first love. And see, once again, the person that I love now knows all of this. So it doesn't bother her or she should feel any type of way with me talking about stuff like this because she knows all this already. She's good. She's comfortable in the zone that she's in. Y'all want to go relationships. Let's go back to my first one. The first one that I really felt that I was really, really in love with. Did I know that you said, did I accuse her or did I know? That's the question you asked me, right, Al?
Right.
The first one, I know. Now, when you say, how do you know? How far do you go with that, Al? Did they sleep with somebody? Did they get caught with somebody? What is the question? That's what I need to know. What is the question?
That's what I'm asking. I mean, is it something that you assume?
No.
Or did
This
you know
was
for a fact and you could point your finger on it, you slept with such and such, that's why we're not together? See, you can't see. That's what I'm asking. You can't do that.
I don't want to
So-
reason.
so
No,
the
no, yes, I
reason
could.
why-
Yes, I
and
could. Yes,
see,
I could.
the
Okay, let me
reason
stop.
why I
Stop.
brought that out
Stop.
because it's not fair to that person.
No.
You want to be
All right,
truthful.
I'm gonna
you
keep it
telling
all
the
right.
truth.
I'm telling you the truth. Yes, I know for sure because the person that person was accused of, that person came to me open-heartedly and said, "Yo, bro, I gotta tell you something." Now, it really hurt me to hear it. It was something that I already thought, but I kind of knew, and that's when I was like, "Yo, I can't do this no more." It was something that I knew.
So you got the evidence that you needed,
Yeah.
and you went on that.
I went on that. Right.
So here's the thing. This is how you get to the truth. Did she tell you that it definitely happened?
All right.
But you can't always expect people to tell the truth because everybody's
but
not going
see,
to tell the
here's
truth.
the thing. I don't know about nobody else, but I don't want nobody lying on my name or putting me in a situation that's not true. If I did it, I'll be the first one to say, look, I did it.
Okay.
But if I didn't do it, I'm going to fight you tooth and nail. You're not putting that on me. So again, why would you, if you love somebody, why would you break up with them from hearing something from somebody else and not the source if you claim to love them?
Okay. I'm putting my on my stethoscope. My heart beating real fast right now. Hold on. What side is my heart on? What side? No, this side or not? My shit beating real fast right now. I hope it's not the Red Bull that's killing me right now.
You drinking Red Bull?
It
No,
is.
not Red Bull's done.
It
Okay.
is.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna end the conversation by saying this. My mother called me and said, "Rich, that young lady with you that you're with, I saw her today." My mother called me. My mother, my aunt, cousin Shell. Now they love this girl to death. We was loved to death. My mother called me and said, "I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna hurt your heart, but this is what I saw today." My mother, I know it took everything in the world for my mother to tell me that, but she told me.
All right.
So, but
and
now
you consider your mother a reliable source.
Oh,
so your
so
mother would
I-
not lie to you.
I
So
knew that.
Right.
So then
you
when I
knew-
so
you
then
knew
when
that
I
to be true.
So when I got to ask the person about it, of course the person said it wasn't like that. But your mother probably did see something,
Right.
but it wasn't like what you're taking to the extreme on.
Okay.
All I'm trying to say is, but I still love that person. I still keep in touch with that person. Me and that person is still like we're cool. Like me and that person, we did things that nobody. And like I said, I've only been in love 3 times in my life. And I don't regret anything that I went through with them. I don't regret not. We still good. But life moves on till you find that person where you don't have to worry about nothing like that.
Absolutely.
And I
that's
feel
like
that-
what we was talking about
that's
on
what
the
I
way
feel like-
here when I told you can love a person, but you don't have to be with that person.
Mhm.
You can love them and want the best for them and wish them nothing but happiness.
Mhm.
But doesn't mean that you have to be with them. You know?
Okay. So
that's unconditional love.
Okay. So Al, did I answer your question? Are we good?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Can we move on?
Oh, of course. I just want to say this though. Of course, mom always gonna have your best interest at heart. So if she sees something that don't look right, I'm like you. My mother come to me and tell me something, I'm gonna follow her lead.
Right.
And
And once again,
but still in that same breath, your friend said, or your first love said that it wasn't like that.
Mhm.
So did you ever get to the core of what it really was?
Yeah, you said that the guy, somebody came
Yeah,
to
a
you
guy
and
came
told
to
you.
me. A guy came to me and said, "Yo, bro."
Now I'm talking about from her because again,
No,
live
me and
in
her
a-
talked
we live
about
in a
it.
space and time where a dude will set you up in a minute if he
Nah.
sees something that he wants.
All right. So let's
you know
go.
what I mean?
Let's
So
go
I
to.
would never take another man's word over somebody who I'm with.
Nah, but
now,
with
if I ask
my family saw it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just my mom.
Still in all, you missing the point though. The point is, you said that she said to you that it wasn't the way it appeared. So I'm asking you, did you ever get a definitive answer on what it really was from her. Because you say y'all friends now, y'all still talk.
Well, after we talked about that years ago, we never brought that back up. That's gone. It's gone. I don't even like to dwell on it because,
It hurt. I know. I get it.
Yeah. But when you're with somebody that you don't have to worry about stuff like that, that's when you know you got real love. And I don't have to worry right now. Like, you got a ride or die, a hit or somebody who rock with you.
I mean, that's what everybody would want in life. Nobody wants a person that's going to cheat on them or treat them bad or talk down to them or even try to act like they're better than them.
Mm.
So nobody wants that. You want somebody that you can be on that same level with, that you can laugh with, you can joke with, you can cook with, you can clean with, you can go to bed with.
Okay.
And
Now-
don't have to worry about them going to bed with everybody else.
Okay. Carol, what's going on? Nate. Yo, you see this last one, Nate? He's on both. He's on he just came off the IXS Radio YouTube. And he's over here. Nate. That's my landscape guy. If you don't get over to my yards today and clean my yards and Lombard, you gonna have a problem with me, Nate. I need you to get over there and get them yards done, yo. Seriously speaking, Nate, what's up, yo, family? What's good? But that's enough for the Love Doctor, because I usually don't even put my business on the air. I like to put your business on the air because your business is good.
My business is good. You think so?
Everything is good. I just want to say that when everybody has that one person in life that you know when you're in love, and I hope everybody finds that one love. That's all, that true love, that Mary J. Blige love.
I mean,
that real
sometimes
love.
you gotta,
Sometimes you gotta do what you do, right?
You gotta love a few until you get to that one.
Oh shit, that's
Ain't
your
nothing wrong with
problem.
that. You love
And
a
that's
few.
where you get them stalkers, and that's where you get
that's what happens. But still, in all, you can't just give up on love because you've been hurt or disappointed.
Okay.
You still got to keep going on.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
So, Lady D, you believe that there's hope in love?
Of course.
Amen. Amen.
Of course.
You believe there's what?
Hope in love. Like I don't think it's dead. I think that, when you wait on the right person, then you'll have that love. But you can't go out there seeking it. Because when you seek love, that's not something that you need. It's something that you want. Wait for what you need.
All right, so you said everybody has a breaking point when they love a person. What is your breaking point? And AD and RM, what is your? No, I want you to ask. RM, what's your breaking point? If you love somebody and they did something to you, what's your breaking point?
I said betrayal.
Betrayal?
Yeah.
So betrayal on what point? Like you hearing something, you seeing something?
No, I mean, see, I get to the actual factual. My nature is to investigate. I'm a Sagittarius, so we get to the bottom of things. We do research and we literally dig deep to find out what's good and what's not good. So I don't go by what he say, she say. I go to the horse's mouth. I rely on body, your reaction of your body, your tone, and if you take too long to respond, that means you're thinking of something. If you're telling the truth, it'll come out automatically. But if you take too long, I check for movements. And that's what I do.
So you just cleared up something for me very well. When I be asking Al questions sometimes, it take him just a little bit too long to answer me. So you trying to tell me Al lying to me? Al! Next time we have a meeting and I ask you a question and you don't give me the answer right away, I know you lying to me, bro. That's what it is.
Rich.
Here we go.
You know why it takes so long for me to answer questions that you ask? Because I don't believe some of the stuff you be asking me.
You have stupid questions. Don't make no sense.
Yeah, like the one question
You gonna ask me why I wear my shoes on the right foot.
No, one of the questions I'm going to ask you is, when the next time RM get paid? Oh, okay, we ain't doing that no more. That's it. I need 2 bottles of Bel Air on the next time you come up in here.
But you still owe one.
Okay.
See, there he goes. They changed the conversation real quick, didn't he?
What's your deal breaker?
My deal breaker is just the lies. You know, I can't. The worst thing you could do is lie or accuse me of something. Because once you do that, then you don't see me. You know, I'm a firm believer that if you with somebody and they love you, then they see who you truly are in your heart and in your spirit. And if you're gonna allow somebody else to taint that or come between y'all, then you really didn't love me in the first place.
God. What's your deal breaker, sis? All right, let's change the subject because she's laughing, yo. What you just said, when it take too long to answer, is a lie. So let's leave it alone. Let's change the subject. Al, that's the last thing I want to talk about. Then we're gonna let RM close it out with a musical break. And Moms Duke, I gotta call you because I gotta take care of something for you. I just noticed it. Nate, once again, I see you online. I need you to get over there to them yards, boy. Do you think that Kanye and Kyrie situation should be put in the same sentence? Or you think that they're both being railroaded, or you think that what both of them said is the reasons that what they're going through? Can you compare the two is the question I'm asking.
Well, not as far as their beliefs, but I can compare the two in the fact that they have a voice and they want to be heard, and the status quo is trying to shut them down.
So is that wrong or right, Al?
That's wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Because, like I said, Nike just pulled out their contract from Kyrie. Kanye just lost $2 billion. What
supposedly.
are we? Oh, well, allegedly. Let me say the word allegedly. Allegedly, he lost $2 billion. Like, I thought this was
Let me pose
Wait
a
a minute.
question
Can I
to
ever finish a sentence with you, man? Every time I say something,
you get ready to lie because you're taking too long to make your statement.
Go ahead, man.
So today, right, we're gonna use iAccess, right? Today, iAccess grossed $4 billion, right? You're one of the owners. So if you split it evenly between the owners, you're gonna see at least $1 billion.
Right.
Okay? You leave here today and the rest of the team decides that we no longer want you as part of iAccess. Would that still make you a billionaire, or you're not a billionaire?
I'm still going to be a billionaire.
Thank you. So what are they trying to tell us?
Okay. But
where they get their numbers from?
Okay. Like I said, this is something that's really hard to touch, because once again, you're supposed to be able to have freedom of speech, and both of these men are getting penalized for speaking what they feel. But
only because they're speaking about the same people.
It doesn't matter who they're speaking about.
Yeah, but when they talk about the Christians, right? Years ago, they bashed the Christians for their beliefs, right? And they bashed the Muslims for their beliefs because they believe in Allah or whatever. So you mean to tell me, if you have an experience, say me and you walking down the street, right? And I haul up and smack the shit out of you.
Who?
Me.
Do it, please. Hit him.
Smack you.
Smack the shit out of who?
You.
What the hell?
And that is your truth. If you go and tell somebody because you was there, you witnessed it, you felt it, that I smacked you in your face, who's to tell you that that's not your truth?
I understand that, but can you do me a favor? Can you switch?
No, because
say if you smack the shit out of Al, don't say you want to smack the shit out of me. I ain't having it. This conversation got to stop there. You talk about slapping the shit out of me.
To me, that's Kanye's truth. Now, a lot of things that he said, I don't agree with. I really don't agree with the thing that he said about George Floyd, because we all seen the video. However, the cause of death was the oxygen to the brain, blah, 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 blah. But when they did the medical examiner's report, there was fentanyl in his blood.
Allegedly.
Go
ahead.
Allegedly, there was fentanyl there. So why are they bashed? I mean, I understand that he probably should have, he probably should have apologize for what he did, but what he's dealing with all the Jewish people and all that, most of that stuff is true.
Okay, let's stop.
Why you
I don't want
stop?
to get too deep on that, yo.
We're not gonna get too deep. I mean, the only reason why I'm saying that it's true because that's his truth. If that's how he's dealing with them, if this is how they're treating him, all he can talk about is how they're treating him. He can't talk about how anybody else is treating anybody, right or wrong.
Okay.
And the thing with
people are saying, "Whoa, whoa,
and
chill
the
out."
thing with Kyrie Irving, why couldn't he show a link to a show that he watched and he wanted somebody else to watch?
Okay.
Why was he wrong for doing that?
Okay. Whoa, sis. This is this is a platform of speaking what you feel. But
Absolutely.
I think that
and like you said earlier, that he should have put the pause on what he was thinking or what he was talking. That's the problem with our people today. We have to cater and pacify everybody else so that they don't get offended. How about back in the days when, and we talked about this. We talked about the Archie Bunker show. How racist was that? How racist was the theme song to that show?
It was.
Okay. How racist was the show that came up behind them, that the spin-off show, which was the Jeffersons?
The Jeffersons.
How racist was George on that show?
Mm-hmm.
But that was okay. But now all of a sudden everybody is so sensitive. Don't nobody want to hear anything. They don't want to hear about the truth anymore.
Okay.
Because black people are telling their truth.
Okay.
Finally.
Okay. But once again, I agree with everything you're saying. But
I don't want you to agree.
No,
I want you to understand what's going on.
Okay, but when I say I agree, because we, like you said, we talked about this already. So this ain't something that we just talking about on the air right now. We talked about this. We sang the whole Archie Bunker song. We sang it. And if you think about the words that's in the song, if we go out there today and 30 people, that's 30 or 40 to 50 people would go right now and listen to that song, you will say, "Wow, that song was deep." But you know what? We all sang it back in the day.
Absolutely.
Those were the days.
Rushed home to watch those shows.
Yes, we sang. I mean, once again, as a DJ, no time to be funny like that. But if you was to pull up that song and listen to, and we put that song in the air right now, a lot of people would be like, "Wow," because we didn't know no better. But now we know better.
Absolutely.
And that's just the problem
So,
right now.
and my problem is knowing better is to do better. And because we have our brothers that are out there that are speaking their truth and they're being condemned for it and they being canceled by their own people and being ridiculed and everything else in between because they're speaking their truth when we already know what the truth is.
That's just like Al. Now I'm gonna bring something to your light. Look at this. Now we was talking about Archie Bunker, right?
Right.
So he had the song All in the Family. A lot of people felt that was a racist show as we got older. And as a person, they said he was that type of person. But then later on in life, he had a show called In the Heat of the Night. And in the heat of the night, he married a black lady.
He was acting.
But what I'm just saying to you is, if he was that so much of a hateful person, he wouldn't even have took that role as an actor. So
that's just like the same thing with the people that, there was a black guy that did The Good Times and all those black shows back in the day. I can't think of his name right now.
I seen that interview.
And
I seen that yesterday.
They stole that from him.
Right.
And didn't pay him for that.
Right. I seen that yesterday.
They changed the narratives in all of those shows to make it feel like they was talking about Good Times. Good Times wasn't designed for them to be poor and stay in the ghetto and the projects and never have anything. It was designed for them to move on.
Right.
And they wouldn't let them because this person, the other color people, stole this man's ideas.
Right. I seen that yesterday. I seen that on the tube yesterday, and he was saying that that they only, when he was asking for credits, all he was asking for was credits.
And they wouldn't give him nothing.
And they wouldn't give him the credits for all of them shows that he started.
He wrote and produced those shows, and they stole it from him.
Okay, but once again, it's the sign. To me, a lot of things is the sign of the time. We went through that in a time period. Like I said, we all watched Archie Bunker call his own son-in-law meathead through the whole show, and you watch the Jeffersons, and he would say honky every 2 seconds. We back in the day, we thought that was funny. We thought that's what it was, but now we can't do that. So
And that's the sad part. That's not. I'm not saying that it's like don't do it, but why all of a sudden now it's a problem when they call us niggas all the time?
that's just like watch this. If I call you,
I'm gonna smack you in
see,
your mouth.
there you go,
But
Al.
you already know that.
Yeah.
But see, you're not
If I
gonna
call
do
you-
that. You're not gonna do that because you know I'm gonna smack you in your mouth.
But
But
let me
my
just do
thing
it. Let
is
me just do it
this.
one time.
But, and then here's the flip side to that, because I was watching this talk show the other day. I'm not even gonna say the name of it, but every other word, dude was calling the interview guy a nigga, nigga. The whole interview was based on that one word. But we get so offended when someone outside of our race call us that word, but we use it all the time.
Right.
So in order for us to change the narrative of everything, we got to change ourselves.
Right.
We gotta be better as people, because we are all screwed up. Because you can't call a Jewish person a Jew without being like ridiculed from that. But why every other sentence that we have a conversation, we're calling each other niggas?
So word.
Why is it okay?
How you used to say, how your mother used to say back there, words shouldn't harm you. So that's why I said,
Sticks
let me.
and stones may break my
Right.
bones, but words should never harm you.
Words should never-
That's
So it
crazy.
doesn't
So let me
it
say-
doesn't
so let me say-
bother.
so let
No, go ahead. You can do it just one time.
I can say it one time.
One time.
How?
One time.
Yo, let me
Nah,
just
don't
call
do
you.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I
but
just
Because
you-
it's
you don't wanna do that.
disrespectful.
Because
no, but
absolutely.
I just want to say she really gonna punch me.
Yo, she'll punch you.
He know it.
If she don't, I will.
Okay.
But that's my
What's it
whole
say?
problem with everything that everyone has. You know, everybody is so sensitive these days. You can't talk about
Monique
the
Hill.
LGBT. You can't talk about the X, Y, and Z. You
Right.
can't talk about anybody. But back in the days, the comedy was comedy. When you like I was talking about one of my favorite shows earlier today, JoJo Dance of Your Life is calling. Richard Pryor dressed up like a lady with makeup and everything. But if they do that now you're making fun of people. Why?
RM dressed up like a woman all the time.
Well,
We don't
then
say
that's
nothing
his
about
business,
him.
so that
We don't say nothing about RM when he comes in
I
sometimes.
never seen him dressed up like a woman.
Oh yeah, he does it every once in a while. Him and Ali, they come in here with lipstick on and all that stuff. I don't.
I know Al like red lipstick.
Check the footage. You know, let's
Al, you like red lipstick,
let's
right?
go to the videotape.
AD, don't do it.
Let's go to the videotape.
You like red lipstick?
Don't do
Yo,
it.
read this. Read this. That's too small for me. Don't hit the side.
Don't hit the side.
Monique.
Pause.
It says, well, slavery was not a choice. You have to be careful promoting people when they are not being factual. If they have a topic, stick to the point and context of each. Kanye and Kyrie are two different conversations.
Oh, you need some damn glasses.
Yeah, you need readers. Well, yeah, like what she said, they're definitely two different topics.
Or increase the
But-
size. The font.
But what happens is
font.
because they're so ready to cancel anybody that's not for their cause, then it becomes a topic in every conversation. That's what I think.
Mm.
You know, Kanye is Kanye. He always been a little different. You know what I'm saying? He was already diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But
see-
my whole thing is, I believe that he's speaking his truth. It might not be everybody's truth, but that's his truth.
But you know, Al, a couple of weeks ago, Al brought up a point where he was talking about Kanye. How you said it, Al? You were talking about how Kanye. Wait a minute, let me talk. Hey, let me talk. I'm tired of you now.
Man, shut up.
I was trying to prove a point where Kanye, when they said about the White Lives Matter, and he said that Kanye was talking about his situation when he. How you said it, Al? Go ahead, take over from here.
Okay, so he's talked about three things.
Right.
First of all, when he was going through the situation with his wife,
Right.
Kim, and he was trying to make sure he could custody and all that for his daughter, he couldn't. He was getting nowhere, and it was more like because she is of that white origin,
Mhm.
right? She had more power than he did, and he was upset behind that. He also spoke to the fact that He created all these companies and all these businesses, and what he don't want to happen is for someone to own the company, and his kids, if they inherit the companies, will not be able to receive the benefits and make decisions based on what he had already built for his family.
Okay.
And I can believe that.
All right.
And that's his point of White Lives Matter.
Right.
When he said that means his life don't matter because he's black and they are that, they're the other color people.
Okay. Well, we're about to get up out of here because it's almost 4:00 and I got to make a run. Mom's Duke, I'm coming over to take care of that situation for you. I'm going to let you take the show out. I just want to thank everybody who was a part of the show today. We will, my Uncle Al's on the line, right? Let me tell you something. So my Uncle Al, I got to say this to you because I know that you're watching. My house in North Carolina, I did something in my house in North Carolina, and it all is because of you. I bought a nice pool table upstairs in my man cave. So I got to get you down south because he was the one who really showed me how to shoot pool. And that's one thing that we love to do together, me and my Uncle Al. So I got to get you down to my house in North Carolina, to the man cave, and we're going to shoot pool, play video games. I just got to get you and my Uncle Drew down south, and we're going to have some fun. And I'm working on things. So once again, Uncle Al, I got to get you to North Carolina. We're going to hang out whole weekend and just have some fun. I'm closing the show up by saying thanks, everybody, and we will be back. And DJ RM, thank you once again for being late. Being here with us.
Why are you always messing with RM?
RM, man, because he's a easy.
You know why?
Vic,
Because
yo.
he like you. He does that to people he likes. So don't take it.
I don't.
So I can say what I want to say to people that I like too, right?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You sure can. You can say whatever. Hold on. This is your show.
You can say whatever you like.
This is your show, Big Rich the Ruler. Say whatever you like.
But we got to get out of here because you got to make a stop. I got to get to the house. I got to do something for Mom's Duke. And I got to go to Queens. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. DJ RM, thank you once again. And take it away.
Rich the Ruler, a.k.a. The Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
DJ RM.
We on the road tour with my man. Y'all been watching every place to the mic in the hand. We on the road tour with my man. Y'all been watching every place to the mic in the
People give you ear, so I be sublime. It's enjoyable to know you in the concubines. Niggas, take off your coats. Ladies act like gems. Sit down, Indian styles, you recite these hymns. See, lyrically, I'm Mario Andretti on the Momo. Ludicrously speedy or infectious with the slow-mo. Heard me in the 80s, JV's on the promo. Am I never in the quest to get the paper on the caper? But now, let me take it to the Queen side. I'm taking it to Brooklyn side. All the residential questions who invade the air. Hold up a second, son, cause we almost there. You could be a black man and lose all your soul. You could be white and blue, but don't prep the road. See, my shit is universal if you got knowledge of Polo or Del myself. See, there's no one else who could drop it on the angle. They're cute at that. So do that, do that, do that, that. Come on. Do that, do that, do that, that. Yeah. Do that, do that, do that, that. I'm bugging out, but let me get back cause they're wetting niggas. So run and tell the others cause we are the brothers. I learned how to build bikes in my workshop class. So give me the sword and let's not make it the last.
We on the road.
Take this for example, young brothers want rep, cause in the life they're living, you can't have step. It starts with the young ones doing crime for fun, and if you ain't down, you'll get played out, son. So let's get a car, you know I fly with. Get a dent, pull a screwdriver, and be off quick with the dope ride, yeah, and a rowdy crew. We could bag us a Benz and an Audi too, even a Jeep or van. Goddamn, we're getting ours, yo. I got you. Take a trip up the strip and be like stars, so it doesn't matter if the cops be scoping. They can't do jack. That's why young brothers open to do anything, anywhere, any place. Buck wild in another court case. It's the code of the streets.
second, I reckon I got you double checking. Then again, when to your needs did I beckon? For a second, I reckon I got you double checking. For a second, I reckon I got you double checking. For a second, I reckon I got you double checking. For a second, I reckon. For a second, I reckon. For a second, I reckon. For a second, I reckon I got you double checking. Then again, when to your needs did I beckon? Hold me only if you wanna get naked. Play me for the crowd only if you wanna wreck it. The name is Dress, like silk I get slick. Drop rhymes like a bass head, big flicks. Constantly. Yes, it's me, D-R-E-S. So yes, I guess unless you're fast, you can get down to serious business with this. I never boned a honey that I didn't like. I never saw a mile that I couldn't hike. I never had a spliff to make me choke. I never had a pocket that was broke. Hate no one but love only a few. Franklin Grant and yeah, Mom too. I run buck wild for self but with the crew. But then again, I thought you knew. Now I hear the voice. Is it what you want? I hope it is, kid. You're the flavor of the month. I heard you got the fever for the flavor. I heard you got the fever for the flavor. I heard you got the fever for the flavor. Somebody said you had it going on. I heard you got the fever for the flavor. I heard you got the fever for the flavor. I heard you got the fever for the flavor. Hurry up and get a scoop before it is
Steve Bismarcky. Steve Bismarcky. Mr. Dynamite. Steve Bismarcky. Mr. Dynamite. So
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
I get your groove on, stop playing. I get your groove on, stop playing. And you work it, and you work it. I get your groove on, stop playing. Come on, go down, go down, go down, go down. Ow, go down. And if you can't get it up, get it out. And if you can't get it up, get it out. You don't freak to this, you don't freak at all. So go home and have some Geritol. Let's rock and roll until we're out of control. Now, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got on clean underwear, somebody say, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
Punks about to get beat down. Punks about to get beat down. Punks about to get beat down.
One day when I was yo, this is D-Nice. And I'm about to drop some funky lyrics on this track I made up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you don't stop. Yo, my name is D-Nice, although I hate to admit it. Taking out your suckers and you don't know how I did it. See, every episode remains in this mode. Very cool, very calm. There's no sweat in my palm. I just pick up the mic, proceed with a song. I get right to the point. My composition's not long or short. It's like a sport, hanging in the middle. But now if you're puzzled, let me kick the whole riddle. That my name is Derek, and if I didn't mention D-Nice, it's just a description. It describes the kid on the mic. I'm the TR-808, but just call me D-Nice. Nice.
I never thought that you would grab me, undermine me, and backstab me, but I can see clearly now the rain is gone, the pain is gone, but what you did was still wrong. There was a few times I needed your support, but you tried to play me like an indoor sport, like racquetball, tennis, pool, whatever. All I know is that you attempted to be clever. Nevertheless, cleverness can impress, cause now you've been exposed like a person undressed, and I can see through you. because I'm the guru. And what you gonna do when I start to step to you? Cause when I pay you back, I'll be hurting you. And this ain't no threat, so take it personal.
Hey, yo, Funky, wake up! Turn your radio up! What? It's us! It's us! Yeah, listen to the cut! It's our style! Our style! Your style! Stop! Hey, yo, nigga, wake up! Let me show you something! Listen to the way they flip the metaphors and phrases! Listen, it's driving me crazy! Cause every time I do a style, it's simply kinda simple. Brothers say that's fact and do it on the demo. From a demo to a pro, now a hit on the radio. Next thing you know, they'll be doing our video. Same one? Same one! Concepts whole nine and crazy similarities through the whole rhyme. I'm not worried though. Flipping hits from the grill. And in the underground, only real stays real. So I'm checking the skills. The skills are kinda ill, yo. Here come the Lords, cause we're here to make them kill. Here come the Lords, 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 here come the Lords.
This is a journey into sound. This is a journey into sound. A journey which along the way will bring to you new color, new dimension, new value.
Jump, shake your rump, push it real good, break it down with the funk. One love, like the LB say, ride. Music makes us high. Pump, let me see you jump, shake your rump, push it real good, down, bump, love, like the LB's ride. Music makes high. You been giving shade, cause I stay paid. Lippin' lemonade, don't be mad. Got it, leave a hatin'. Wait, a snake in the grass. Look me down, pass. Vibing with your girlfriend, jealous of my dippin' in my hands. Like no other, but a smooth like cream. I keep it milky when I move on the scene. Fiendin', all locked down, can't you tell? Never fell. Black queens doing it well. We be the crew that you wanna step to with the two. Now how my mic sound? My mic sound nice. Check 1, 2. Everybody make way. Party people coming through. Throw your hands up, put them up, down, hold steady. Are you ready? My mic sound nice. Check 1, check 2. Everybody make way. Party people coming through. Throw your hands up, put them up, down, hold steady.
Too many suckers and not enough time to buck up all of them with one clip from me 9. To shoot to kill them, say me don't care. I tried to chill but it don't get me nowhere. I just suckers and not enough time to buck up all of them with one clip from me 9. To shoot to kill them, say me don't care. I tried to chill but it don't get me nowhere. I just put down me gun in a me suitcase. Pick up me fist, the both of them face. Flip, script, on a guy head lick. Boom, back, and not one shot no liquor. Toe to toe once again. We distinguish real bad boys them. And if you a bad boy that a guy can tie, let me see the fist them.
Take it easy.
Rich the Ruler, aka the Love Guru, and DJ RM on iAccess Radio.
Can I?